get to the live stream. And don't forget to like, subscribe,
and obey.
That, you know, oppose checks, and then you have your DC theirs, and then they go to break out of the grapple, and you both make checks again. The other is like how I did it with the little leprechaun. You made the roll, and you successfully got the grapple, but your roll is now a DC. They are actually rolling a save to get out now.
Right.
And those are both technically rules, so now you gotta deal with the pedantics of which rule are you using in regards to that Barbarian 2024 ability to keep your rage, and that's a really interesting one. We are live, though. We went live in the middle of that. So, yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us, all of my lovely little chocobos and moogles. I love you all so much. I don't think I'm actually got anything to really bring up today. Do any of you want to bring up anything before we get started?
Welcome to our TED Talk.
Yes, welcome to our TED Talk. We're discussing the 2024 a little bit from, you know, information that's been kind of released and maybe even leaked. I don't know what is and isn't leaked at this point, which is why we're going to try to not talk about it here on the stream. I'd really hate to be at 43 subscribers and get shut down by Wizards of the Coast because I accidentally leaked information they never gave me.
No, life goals.
Right? Life goals get shut down by a major company for leaking something that you never had. Like, what? Yeah. It's still Pride Month. So all you lovely Saga sexual and gender acceptance community people, it's so much easier for me to say than LGBTQI+. That's because I have some speech impediment. So even though I'm part of the community, I prefer Saga. Stay safe. Remember, do what's best for you. If you gotta stay closeted, stay closeted. You don't deserve it, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Just hang in there. Things get better. If you're an LGBT youth, there's the Trevor Project. Reach out to them. They do their best to maintain confidentiality so that you don't have to be punished for being who you are while still receiving help. So, they're a really great organization. I think they only operate in North America, unfortunately, so I may be wrong. Still give them a check, though. Yeah, but, so we're just missing Pius. Somehow the robot got sick. So we're all, hoping he recovers quickly. Turns out last week, I had just started my, flu cycle. So I was a little off last week, as I discovered. I spent the week dealing with flu. Dylan wasn't doing well all week. We've had a very interesting week here, with all of us. It's been fun, though, I'm sure, at least in some ways. But yeah, we don't really have much to discuss, so how about we just get into the recap, then?
Okay. Am I doing this one? You want to take this one? What do we want to do with it?
All up to you. The main reason for the recap and why I try to have you guys do it is because it gives you an out-of-game incentive to pay more attention to small details.
Okay. So, at the beginning of the last session, we caught up with the penguin. It's a trap. We got slammed into Jess's strange hole, and then, I know what I said. And then, Jess decided, hey, let's give the most chaotic and greedy person in the group a deck of many things, who then proceeded to start just pulling cards.
That reminds me, I did actually have a couple things to say. That reminded me specifically. So, last session, because there were a couple of issues right here, why I'm cutting in right now. Because when you fell, the hermit may not have been super understandable. You guys fell, and he's basically like, oh no, my back! Oh god, can someone help me up? You know, the immortal freaking person who doesn't take damage was complaining about his back as if he's just a normal old man. Your zombie, by the way, would have... I didn't describe it, but he did stop and actually kind of feed on those two dudes that were killed at the beginning. And when Twilight fell and landed, I put it in that recap for Captain Flowers, but Twilight did just kind of say out loud 3 as if she were answering a question because she was asked in her head, "How many cards will you draw?" She answered out loud 3, and that's why she drew 3 cards.
Awesome.
I didn't describe it very well, so that's why I'm correcting it here. Keep going though.
She then Twilight proceeded to pull 3 cards. One gave her a new powerful magical scythe, which was awesome.
Sickle.
One, I forget what the middle one did. But then the last one was Don John, so she was then excommunicado away from everybody immediately. And then we decided to go look for her. At that point, Pius then said, was it 1 or 2 cards?
1. The second card, though, from Pixies was Balance.
Balance.
So you guys are expecting some change in her personality as well.
Yep. So Balance, and then Don John, so was then teleported to somewhere. Pius then pulled a card, which they pulled Death, and we had to fight an avatar of Death.
Well, Pius did.
Yeah. Wrath and Nick understood that by helping we would summon another avatar of Death, so decided to stand back and watch. The Hermit decided to help, summoning his own avatar of Death, which we left him alone to try and deal with.
He didn't really know he was helping. He kind of accidentally did more than speak. He was just trying to be encouraging.
Absolutely.
He's just an idiot.
But he's a bard, so bard encouraging is different than anybody else encouraging.
Exactly.
We moved along the path, and was it me that pulled the next card?
I think I
we
played
went
another
in a
card for a
circle.
while.
Yeah, it was. We tried to go get her before we pulled in.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
while the Avatar fight came
First,
up, some
the Avatar fight
alleged
came up,
bandits
then-
jumped out.
Then bandits showed up. Tempest did her Tempest thing and decided, hey, I'm the new Avatar of Death, I'm gonna kill all these bandits before they can do anything or say anything.
While denying that she's the Avatar of Death, by the way.
Well, I'm not denying it.
No, she denied it.
Did she?
Hearsay.
Hearsay. We then went and found Twilight. Nick then pulled a card, pulling Vizier and allowing them to ask one question. Then Wrath, then you pulled cards.
We went in a circle. It was. I'm trying to remember the damn order. It was Tempest, Pius, pulled one.
It was Twilight, Pius, me.
Yeah, I pulled the last.
Captain Flowers did not draw.
Yeah,
Right,
Captain
because it was-
Flowers.
So then it was Wrath after Nick.
Yeah, then it was you. You got
I got
Rogue and
Knight.
Knight, which summoned a relative of yours. You share the last name. That's all we know.
Lorimar Stormscale. Lorimar Stormscale. I don't know. Lorimar.
Lorimar Stormskin.
Excuse me.
And and then another one that made you pull another card. Or not made you, but gave you the option, right? To pull another?
No, that was Pius Saber.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, Pius got...
Next was
Pull,
Twilight
right?
again.
Yeah, then it went back to Twilight, who then proceeded to tried to pull 5 cards. Twilight got all of their magic items disintegrated.
This is where my next correction comes in from last session.
Okay.
Talons should have happened after Void. She should not have lost anything. Now, I don't remember exactly what you had, Star. I'm sorry about that. So I've given you what I can remember, basically what was important. You still have your bag of holding. I did not delete that or anything, or any non-magical stuff in it. You still have the SCP Foundation IDs. You still have your magic carpet. You still have the +1 sickle. You still have the +1 Wand of the War Mage, because that got handed over to you, apparently, and the Voidwalker studded leather, as well as your Shield of Expression.
And I still would have given her the Wand of the War Mage. So
Yeah.
you still also have a Wand of the War Mage +1.
So, did I lose my Wand of Insects and everything like that? Or no?
Staff of Insects, Wand
You
of
still
Flowers.
have the storm of the Staff of Swarming Insects and the Staff of Flowers. I couldn't remember them. Yeah, literally as you can remember them, you say them, and if that seems right in my head, I will add them back to your character sheet.
And then I also had a belt. I think there was like a belt that I had. It was like a magical belt.
Oh, and you had the Ring of Good Berries.
And the Ring of Goodberries! Yay!
Yes, that's
I
the
can
big
beat
one.
you all now!
That was the big one. Unless we can remember a specific, doesn't matter. We're not trying to figure that out right now, though. So, Nick, keep going.
Tried to pull 5 cards, got to 3 cards, and then pulled Void. Was immediately shunted to another space because this was the night of Twilight being captured. Cat was left behind. Used Cat to follow and find where Twilight was. Killed more bandits along the way, quote unquote bandits. Kept one alive, sent them back to base with Wrath's new fighter. Wrath's new fighter. That's just easier for me to remember right now. Wrath's new fighter.
We could call him the nickname that he used to go by. That's easier to say. Like, he'd just be Lear.
Lear. Yeah, left him with Lear to go back to base. Continued along, found 2 gelatinous cubes, and 2, I don't know what the snails were called, big-ass fucking magic snails.
The snail is called a flail snail.
A flail snail.
And it's called that because it has 5 tentacles that all attack you. Like a flail.
Guarding an urn, which we concluded had Twilight's soul in it. Releasing Twilight's soul, eliminating all of the monsters, and then moving back to base. Once we got back to base, Twilight and I, interrogated the leftover bandit, the leftovers, determined that he was pretty much useless. Pretty much useless as a whole.
Bottom of the rung. He's so bottom of the rung it hurts.
He gave some information that we didn't have, but all in all, nothing.
He gave information saying that maybe they're not actually bandits and that there was just a really big miscommunication.
Well, and I think the biggest part is that he was also hired by the Kanehurst family. That's the biggest part of information that he gave, and whoops. That's about it. Can somebody just everything? Decided to let him go. Wrath and his new companion had private conversations and was woken up for the next shift, decided to start working on his tattoo. Then that was it.
Yep, that's where we
That was
left
pretty much
off.
it.
We left off at the scene of the door being opened and hey, your shift to come out.
Oh, no, we left off with Pius staring at Wrath's groin drawing.
That's right. Pius being an accidental creep again. Yeah, but basically, so when you open the door, though, there's a couple of noticeable differences to Liramar, who I need to actually set to being a character sheet for Lance.
Oh, I haven't built in D&D Beyond, so if you don't have
Yeah.
the sheet,
I just wanted to make sure you have access to him in both places. That's all.
gotcha.
But you notice a couple of differences. He comes out and his full plate is different. It looked a little old, maybe, very basic, plain, before. More like something that, okay, here's your standard issue equipment when you join the town guard or something. What he's wearing now is very clean, refined, almost like brand new plate, and it seems to almost have a slight glow of magic to it. Do you want to go ahead and describe the kind of differences in his appearance, Lance? 'Cause I don't remember everything that you caught that would change that.
Absolutely. So yeah, as described, he's now wearing a full plate with this magical glow to it. It's mostly shaded, or what is it called when you do it to metal? It turned blue. I forget the name of it. Not painted, but anyway, with silver trim. He has a long sword now sheathed on his back with... Actually, I don't know what the long sword looks like.
At this moment, the longsword, you can make up how it looks when it gets drawn, if you'd like to wait. The sheath itself is emblazoned with the body of a long Chinese dragon, with the head coming to the top where the blade is drawn from. Its mouth becoming that opening where it's sheathed in.
And any metal on it is bronze, I assume.
Yeah.
He's also wearing gauntlets that don't quite fit the look of the armor, as they're a little... they look more homemade.
They look very
more
brutish. Very... like
primitive.
things were put on it for some reason that don't need to be there.
Right. And he also has a new shield on his back. It's plain, just sapphire blue, gold trimmed. And he also has a javelin that looks kind of like a lightning bolt on his back.
Patination, by the way.
What?
The name of coloring metal naturally within, like, using its own colors by either, like, adding salt or oxidization. It's patination. It's the name of coloring metal in that way.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there's an assumption that they did some shopping during their private time as well.
Yes.
Well, I tried to shop. This is bullshit.
Caught him at the right time.
Yeah, no, I made a little bit of an exception on that one just because Liramar's situation in particular. So, but yeah, it's not supposed to work down here, to say the least.
I honestly forgot completely about that.
Yeah, me too, because we had that discussion while I had the flu.
True. Very true.
Nick never forgets.
Nick notices that the rules of the world seem to be inconsistent, as if they're at the whim of some great creator. And Nick
Whoa.
Nick probably has the same motto as Dylan. Great creator? Fuck that. Fuck Jessica.
Also, who's putting great in front of this? That's whoa.
Right. That's why I added the whole great creator. What? Fuck that. The world's full of bugs and glitches. Why?
Did I finish my storm cloud drawing on the canvas?
Not during the time, like, everything with Liramar happened in there. You could try to work on it while you're on watch, though.
Oh, I thought we were skipping over. Okay, I'm sorry. Because that's what I was doing whenever I went on watch with Pius.
Yeah, we haven't actually full-blown done the watch yet. That's where we're picking up. We're just trying to make sure the scene is set properly as it's starting as you guys walking out to start your watch.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a rewind to when I entered the room to wake you up for your watch. But now your watch has started.
And you'll be able to finish working on that. You do get some time to work on your drawing. I want you to go ahead and make that dexterity check with disadvantage, though, because you're kind of not hyper-focused on it as you're trying to help keep watch, too.
Fair. That is 8.
Alright. You didn't make all that much progress towards proficiency. Basically, every time you spend working on it is progress. It's just not always a lot.
Right.
So, but you do get through that one, and you think it may be the worst work you've had since starting your practice.
Seeing that I'm not doing so great, I try not to butcher the entire canvas, so I put it away.
So Pius was keeping watch inside. He's sitting down, like, looking out through a window. Are you taking a different window, or, like, over with Pius? Are you going to try to patrol the area? Anything like that?
Well, he was watching me as I draw, so as I put it away, realize I'm not doing too hot, I'll kind of just stretch my legs and walk a little sentry, if you will, between the windows.
Alright. Yeah, you don't notice anything happen through the night, really, except at one point, at probably about, like, 5 a.m., it's getting close to, like, when you guys would be waking up based on when you went to bed. You do notice that those, like, murmurs of madness have turned into sheer screams down whatever tunnel they are. But because of all the echoing, you can't actually make out what they might be saying. It's not enough to wake anyone up, but just enough you can actually hear it.
Right.
You can also see visibly that the temperature is dropping as the rocks in the cave around you begin to ice over.
It doesn't do us any good to go out in this. And I'll kind of get Pius's attention and do the little I'm watching right there, just to let him know that I'm just watching that specifically for the rest of my time on watch.
Alright. Yeah, nothing actually happens along the way beyond those events, so about like 6, 7 a.m. everyone's going to start waking up pretty naturally. Trance ends for Nick and all that. So Tempest, you and Twilight get to tell me, would you rather wake up at 6, 7, or somewhere in the middle? Because there's no one trying to wake you up today.
8 o'clock?
Your body will naturally wake up before that. We can go with 7 for Twilight. What was that, Tempest?
7.
Alright. So yeah, most everyone has like an hour before 2 of you get up that you can kind of just sit around and talk. Which would be Nick at the moment. Captain Flowers hasn't seemed to woken up. Oh, he's in the chat, but is he audible now? Oh my god, just in time for him to start playing, he finally gets in the chat. Hooray!
Yay!
Hooray!
Alright, yeah, Captain Flowers, you wake up about the same time. A dwarf like you, very experienced, very trained individual, you wouldn't sleep in. So yeah, we got Trance. Yeah, now you have someone named Trance in your party for some reason. No, Captain Flowers, Wrath, Nick, and Pius. You're all up, and you notice that Twilight and Tempest haven't gotten up yet.
Wrath is... Yeah, I'm assuming the screaming is still going on.
It spiked for only about like 20 minutes before it kind of quieted down again.
Okay. Wrath is still maintained, like, he has not moved.
Give me the screams of penguins.
Whatever it is, we need to deal with it today.
Aye. We killed them.
Yeah. Or help them. Scream
The penguins.
doesn't always need. I don't think it's the scream of penguins, but you're the expert.
It might be. I don't know.
From what you heard, Wrath, compared to the roars of the penguins you heard before, they sound to be two very different things. And you now believe Captain Flowers when he says that these penguins are scary and have a very mean roar. This sounds like just some crazy dude who might be freezing to death in the cave now.
I don't know, Captain. This sounded more humanoid.
Could it be from the harpies?
Could be.
Sure.
Where are the ladies? We should get them up.
Aye.
Alright, yeah, you two are gonna get woken up before the 7 o'clock mark then.
Hello, wake up.
Tempest,
Time to get up.
Twilight, you're being
Wake
woken
up!
up. Wake up! Wake up! Come on, we got shit to do. Sleepyhead, knock it up.
What?
Sleepyhead, get up. Only you hear it.
Okay. It's not the first voice that I hear in my head.
At least you know this one.
Right? The other one won't even introduce itself.
Rude.
The fact that not even Tempest actually knows Maya's name yet. In game, nobody knows Maya. Or at least knows that she's there.
Alright, let's
So,
get ready.
want to go ahead and start our morning routine?
We have a routine now?
We
Are
do.
we stretching?
Well,
Linda,
I
yeah.
would like to. I asked before if I could smoke the pipe in the morning.
Yes, of course. Here, I hand the pipe over. No, we have no way of starting a fire. Captain, could we get a bonfire going or something? It's
Yeah.
kinda cold out there.
Inside of the House of Cards?
No, right outside of it.
And yeah, the House of Cards also stays comfortably warm. Per individual, as I was discussing with Maya earlier. So, like, within a centimeter of your body, the temperature changes to what's comfortable for you. Which means it's probably warmer for Wrath than it is, say, for Tempest.
Oh, so it's constantly like 60 degrees around Nick, and he loves it.
Yeah, it's like that perfect, comfortable warm. That type you could sit down and just do whatever.
Fahrenheit, not Celsius, by the way, just to be clear.
Oh yeah, no, definitely Celsius. No.
Boiling.
So I sent some pictures in the maps channel earlier. Those are basically the maps of the 3 segments of this dungeon. That first one that starts with 1 down in the lower right-hand corner, that's the one where you guys are at. You're in Cavern 4. Cavern 2 is where you found the portal. 5 is where the murmuring is coming from. 8 is where you found Twilight the second time. 3 and 7 are where the bandits jumped out from, and 6 is the little nook where some of the other bandits jumped out from.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys are in the middle of 4.
So before we start or do any of that, first things first, before I have the pipe or smoke from it, I will, let's say, Tempest, can I have my snack for the day?
Yes,
Dad, I'm getting like two minutes.
there's a bag.
And with Tempest's permission, Nick's actually going to reach in and pull out a lowball glass of Glen Medivit, like, what's the whiskey called? I can't think of the name of it right now. It's a really nice whiskey. Glen. Oh, my brain.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know whiskeys well. Hell, I don't even know any alcohol well. I'm an alcoholic. I just drank.
Glenfiddich. Sorry.
Yes, very
Don't pull
nice
out a
looking
glass.
bottle of whiskey, though.
It's just a lowball glass. It's a single, like, and he's not sure why. And then he realizes he's about to have a pipe, and he's like, okay, that actually tracks. And he'll sip some and light the pipe.
So you're doing this inside or outside? Do you attempt to do it outside, I should say, because as you guys walk outside, there's some things to describe before you would do anything else.
I would say we'll do it inside, honestly, just to keep it in a safe space.
As safe and comfortable as possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. There it is. Alright, so after that first handful of minutes it takes for it to really get going, and you see the smoke start to shift. The smoke does something a little bit different than it has to everyone else. Instead of just taking up its space, maybe 8 feet across, it starts to fill the whole room, creating a layer across the bottom. And you can see what Nick would clearly remember, and Pius doesn't remember this part because it was before you met him, but it was during the entire thing with Acrid. You weren't necessarily there alone. You were taking advantage of an assault, ultimately. You kind of in a way led the invasion, but you weren't a big part of it. And this takes place down on more of the major battle, down at the bottom when the assault first began. So you're seeing the scene of this large forest with zombies and skeletons all over. There's Minotaur zombies, there's even Lamia skeletons running around, and all forms of undead from different creature types. At one point in the middle of this giant battle map, there's even a beholder zombie, and you can see everyone kind of fighting, and people are going down on both sides, and Nick rushes through and is just launching like a firebolt here, firebolt there, just keeps launching spells, taking down enemies, and managing to save people's lives as they do so. And you can tell by the faces on these various people being saved, they didn't expect it. There was no... Apparently, Nick had no reason to do this. They were supposed to sneak in, and they chose to run through the middle of the battle to try saving lives as they went. And towards the end of this, Nick... I shouldn't say towards the end of this. As Nick is running, the battlefield seems to be scrolling to keep them centered right in front of where actual Nick is. And towards the end of the battlefield itself, though, Nick trails off and away from everything, and it enters a large grove. large open space, and for all of the death and decay that's everywhere else, in this grove, in the center, is a singular, very large tree, bathed in light, despite it being probably the middle of the night, you'd say, by how dark everything else has been in this smoke, but this spot not so much. And that tree, you can't quite tell what fruit, but it's full of ripe fruit at that moment, and underneath it is Pius, just sitting, waiting. And Nick approaches them and they begin to have a conversation. When an apple falls, or peach, or whatever the fruit may have been, and Nick catches it before it lands on Pius's head. And you can see like this moment in Pius's smoky face of, why would you do that? Why aren't you attacking me? Why? You're my enemy. Why? And then you see, after what appears to be another maybe 30 seconds of conversation, it's all very sped up, Pius stands up and the two of them start to head towards the tower itself together. The scene then fades away, and a new scene forms. The smoke pulls itself in around Nick again. And in this one, it looks like a very college setting, professor's office of sorts. There's books and bookcases all over the place. There's scrolls half written on, multiple desks. In the center is a large office desk, and Nick is sitting at the desk in the middle. Another wizard or mage of some sort enters the room, and both of you are wearing robes that are similar to the robes of the Archmagi, and the rest of you may mistake them as such. Nick, you remember these robes. They're special robes specifically for Archmagi candidates. And the scene kind of shifts around and jumps a little bit, but the two are making their way out of the room and down to a garden. And you can see the face of the person very clearly. It's another man, an Archmage candidate, and the two of you were talking. You seem to be having a fairly friendly, if not slightly heated debate about some topic or another. But the scene rapidly just shifts. It bursts and then reforms. And you see Nick and all of the rest of you, Twilight and Pixie, in this tunnel fighting cockatrice. And you see on the ground a man with very similar robes, with a very similar face, disfigured, muddied with age and undeath, laying dead on the floor. As Nick throws a spell down and destroys the phylacteries that you had collected in the middle of that fight, before the body lets out a scream and the scene fades. A third scene forms, though. And this one seems to be Nick, a child. What you could call maybe 4 years old in human years. Just kind of playing along in the forest. You can tell it's this ethereal environment. There's little bits of smoke flaking off as if they were glimmers in the air from the trees. It's a little bit fuzzy overall. Almost like a static TV that's not quite tuned in. And Nick stumbles into a large bush. And after a few seconds standing back up, holding a very, very familiar sight, as it glows purple in the smoke, a torment fragment. And Nick, you recognize this from when you remembered this scene back in Pallet. This was when you found it. Why this is a heroic moment isn't necessarily obvious at first. But as you start to move away in this scene, the scene shifts to the other side of the bush. And you can see a humanoid figure with tentacles protruding out of its body, bleeding from where they came out, and eyes opening up, the body just eviscerated by these mutations, start to slowly turn back into a normal astral elf man. And you think that it may have been one of the elders who suggested that you were one of the prophesized heroes. The scene fades again, though. Another one starting. All of these having been fairly quick for what they are. And this one, it looks like you're in your teen years now. Still in the astral sea. You're wandering around in the center of the town, though. And something catches your eye, Nick. And you wander into this house off to the side. And the smoke ends, and you realize it's hit the 5-minute mark.
And I finish my drink. Oh, that was a lot. There's things there I forgot.
Things you didn't know.
Well, it is called a pipe of remembrance.
I appreciate it, Wrath.
Of course.
How
Gain
often
any
can we
ends?
smoke the pipe?
Once a day.
Once per day.
Okay.
Is Twilight claiming dibs for tomorrow morning?
May I, please?
Sure.
No. I want it at midnight.
As soon as the day turns over. She wants everyone to stay up late tonight.
Yeah, tomorrow morning's fine.
Let's see how today goes.
Twilight,
You're
did you
next.
pass out some good berries in the middle of that, or were people preparing food to cook outside of the house?
She starts freaking out. How the fuck did I get my goodberry ring? Yay! You guys
Yeah,
want
but
some goodberries?
you do remember it all kind of disappearing, but you look and you double check and you're like, oh, all the important stuff's here. I guess things didn't disappear.
Yes, please.
And Beth, you want some goodberries?
Alright, good berries for everybody. Let's see, our total count. We've got our 6 adventurers, the Hermit, Liramar, a cat, and we have 10 individuals in the party, because the pseudo-dragon is the 10th. Now, you do have a bunch of cat food, so that would be an extra good berry, but there's no reason to not use the good berry. It'll just go away if you don't.
There you go.
So yeah, 10 individuals in the party, 10 good berries. Boom. Perfect party balance. Don't let anyone else join now. You are an exclusive club.
We execute everyone else.
I thought it was 5, but I guess it was 10. We'll go 10.
Penguins included.
Yeah, so how are you going about starting the day then? At this point.
Well, we need to investigate the screams I heard last night. For sure.
That
I say
sounds
we-
creepy.
Yeah, it was something to listen to.
Hey, it was.
Oh, Captain, I have, and he goes and just walks up to Liramar and pulls his bag to the side and pulls out, his old plate armor and his old shield. Perhaps some metal for you to work with, if you were interested. We do have that forge after all now. If you
Oh,
like it.
that is true. I could definitely use this for armor. and possibly make something a bit more lively.
Go for it. And I hand over. It's a full set of plate and a regular shield.
Oh, this'll definitely do. Thank you.
Of course.
Yo ho, yo ho. A soldier's like for me.
Well, does anyone need to do anything before we go?
I feel like I need a nap after all of that, but I'm okay.
That's fair. I hope it was insightful.
And enlightening, yes. But
It must have been a shock.
there are other things at hand I can focus on for the time being.
I think we need to get out of here. Once we're back in peaceful land, we can take a day of rest or so, maybe. Figure it all out.
Well, that'd be true.
Shall we? Wrath leaves the house of things.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Wrath was walking out, but he turns to you as you say something.
I don't think we should be killing anybody down here anymore.
Why?
Well, we didn't necessarily have to kill the bandits, I guess. The rest of the stuff, I'm not sure we had much of a choice.
Well, the bandits are the ones that think that we're the enemy and we're the monsters, and we don't really want them to think that, do we?
Yeah, we might be the bad guys in that situation.
Yes, so lay off the bandits. They can help.
Here's my rebuttal, if you will. We're here to make sure that all threats for travelers on the Highroad are taken care of. Bandits are kind of included in that.
Well, the bandits are actually here to make sure that the Highroad is safe as well. And they're the ones that are, like, protecting the Highroad as well. So...
I wasn't aware. Where did you...
Does that mean they're not bandits?
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Oh,
so you're saying that they're on the same job we are?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
So you're saying I can't eat them?
No.
And you remember that you already saw Lewis, Nick Zombie, eating one of them after you killed them.
I mean...
Zombie's gonna zombie.
Yeah,
zombie's gonna zombie.
I apologize.
Well, don't apologize to us, apologize to them. But I accept your apology.
I mean, I tried to give his foot back. He just hobbled along so fast.
He was scared to death. My goodness.
Nick, go ahead and give me an Arcana check real quick for the spell you're working on.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know if I had time to do such.
We're saying that, like, we're starting now, and it's once you've done the proper amount of time, it's done. Because, like, 1 day's work is 8 hours. So once you've done 8 hours of work on it, it's done.
21.
21 is going to take you 2 hours of work to complete.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, yes, 2 hours of work, so it won't take you long once you actually start working on it.
Okay, cool. I guess I could have been doing that before we woke everybody up, because I would have been awake, right?
Yeah, well, you took the first watch, so your trance actually would have taken the second half of that. So you'd actually kind of been getting up and getting started with everyone. Although Wrath, you didn't sleep last night, neither did Liramar. Y'all each have the two of you each have a point of exhaustion. Almost forgot about that.
Okay.
Oof. Oofda.
It was a rough day yesterday, and you've been awake for quite a while at this point. As are most days. They're going to be rough on this journey, typically.
All right.
So yeah, y'all are ready to head out the door finally?
Yeah, I think we're ready to head towards the screaming.
Who is the first one out the door? The person who heard the screams in the middle of the night?
Yeah, I would lead the way.
Pius is the first one out the door. Thank you very much.
Pius obliges, and he steps out the door, and then he stops. And he looks back at everyone, and I'm not going to get to the filter fast enough to get it to adjust. But he says, it's 233.15 degrees. I recommend staying inside. And that doesn't make a lot of sense because you can all see everything's frozen, and he just said it's over 200 degrees.
Yeah, I can only heat metal. Sorry, I can't cool it.
Pius, what unit of measurement are we using for that?
He takes a moment like he's trying to find the units, and he tells you, I do not see the units. Normally there's Fahrenheit or Celsius, but instead there's this blurry space.
Okay. Actually, Twilight.
Yes.
You have Druidcraft. Can you check the weather again? I know we did it before we slept, and it was sleet and then snow.
Use it to check more the specific temperatures this time.
Sure, yeah. Specific temperature.
Yeah. So you still get, like, the sleet and snow, but you pay a little bit more attention to, like, the outlying details this time. You get the sleet, you get the snow. Because you're further along, though, in time, you can actually see where it ends now. And it will end tonight at some point. It's not going to start warming up, though, until tomorrow, obviously, because it's nighttime. It is currently a negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is also negative 40 degrees Celsius. And it is probably going to drop about another 20 to 25 degrees, roughly, Fahrenheit, over the remainder of the day as the sleet and snow continues. Currently not this... Yeah, currently not the safest environment to be out. Y'all could probably do it in short bursts. But by the time it hits its peak low, that's not good news.
Well, that's certainly not good.
We're all gonna freeze!
Well, I suggest we quickly, just take a peek down there, see what's going on, and I can just throw the house of cards back up to ride the weather out if need be.
I mean, technically you can just leave it up, right?
It's 24 hours, and it resets at dawn, so I want to reset it for the next night.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Valid.
Do you guys want me to go and investigate this, or do we want to go as a group? No, we should go as a group.
We should definitely go as a
Do
group.
this alone, it's not a good idea.
And then you're all arguing, and then you just see Captain Flowers just start running and yelling over his shoulder, "You have to catch me first! Yeah! Penguins revive!"
Make a dexterity save. Make a dexterity save, Captain Flowers.
I like his enthusiasm.
Very easy. Yarr. 10.
10. So you all see he bolts out the door, and his first step hits the ground, and the ice isn't super thick yet, but it cracks the ice plate that is forming. You see the crack kind of shoot up the wall, and he doesn't react quite in time as a chunk of ice just kind of falls down and smacks him on the head for 1d4 damage. Because it hasn't had time to form full.
A valuable lesson has been learned here.
You take 2 damage, Captain Flowers. And you do fall over. I'll give you an acrobatics check if you want to avoid like sliding into a wall. That's up to you, though. If you want to just slide into a wall, you're allowed to.
Nah, I'll do the acrobatics check.
And of course, y'all got a full rest, so all your resources back.
Mine did not, right?
Oh,
Except yours, yes. You were at full health already, right? So
I am at full health, but I do not have full spell slots.
24, you're good. You kind of turn yourself, manage to like slide and push a foot so that you don't actually hit the wall. But you come to a slight skidding stop and just set your foot on the wall to stop you.
Alright. Ace kind of smarts. Hey.
I just go walk over to him and say, "Was that fun?"
Look here, you rubber snapper. It was pretty fun.
Good.
Not until I got smacked, but yeah, it was pretty fun.
You look like you had a blast.
Definitely.
What happened to your enthusiasm?
You gotta catch me first. He's right off again.
You're prepared this time, so I'll give you an acrobatics check to keep yourself stable. But your running may not quite be running.
What do I have for acrobatics?
+5 according to the last check you made.
Yes, it does. I knew that. 23.
23 this time. Nice. Yeah, so you keep your footing and you kind of get your dash speed, which would be your normal walking speed in this instance, because since you got to move slower to not fall over. So you get to go 25 feet.
Hey.
You look like you're running, but you're just not getting anywhere. Alright, everyone else. Raph's putting up the house of cards, and Captain Flowers almost looks like an adorable little child with a really big beard.
I'm just kind of watching the whole thing going, he doesn't look like he's getting anywhere.
You'll probably die out there.
And it will be your fault.
I take no responsibility for your actions.
No, I know, because you encouraged it somehow, some way. I don't know yet.
The only responsibility I take are for the bandits' legs that I cut.
Good responsibility.
What about the one you kicked into the wall? It may have been an accident, but you still did that.
I did not catch the first part of what he said.
What about
worry,
the bandit that you kicked into the wall? That's when you did that, even if it was an accident.
You see, the hermit agrees.
Is the hermit just not coming over the mic properly now?
Right.
The first, 3 words are getting cut off.
Okay, what the heck did I change on my voice mod settings? Okay, let's see.
What about the bandit that you kicked, that bounced off of the wall?
It's still kind of staticky.
Just because he bounced off the wall, well, that's on him for having bad balance. That's not even debatable.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out the ethics of everything.
I don't know anymore.
Well, now that that's put away, shall we follow the running
Captain
man?
Flowers, who's not going anywhere.
He's going somewhere, just not very quickly. Wrath begins to carefully walk towards where Flowers is going.
Alrighty then. So Wrath and Flowers are heading towards the current destination. How does my normal voice sound right now, by the way? I think I figured out where my settings got screwed up.
Perfect.
Normal voice sounds good. Let's try the Hermit one more time.
Oh, this cave reminds me of when the winters get really bad. Like my cave back in Pallet. During those serious storms, my cave kind of looks like this too.
Did that sound better?
It doesn't like you. Oof.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it really
Mike
doesn't like
suddenly
you.
hates the Hermit? What the hell? No problems up to this point. I just need a better mic. I guess I'm gonna stop doing the Hermit voice.
No, we need the Hermit to irritate us!
I'll just say it. I'll be like the Hermit says, and then I'll say it. At least until I figure out how to fix the problem. Okay. Yeah, so, the Hermit's following along, but you'll notice he doesn't have the dodecahedron anymore.
I just do not have the deck of the Hedron anymore.
Are you asking him?
Yeah, why don't you have it?
Oh, I must have dropped it. Probably when we fell. I wasn't really thinking. My back kind of hurt at that moment. Did anyone see it when we fell?
No.
I was totally gone.
He does seem to be pretty upset with himself because he was entrusted with it and he lost it and didn't even realize he lost it. Mainly because I, the GM, did not think about that during the fall. That's what those random dice over the week were, like the percent and the D12, and that was, did he drop it? Where did he drop it? What did he roll? Yeah, that's missing.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, but if you're all heading forward with no issues, even though, like, Wrath's the only one I actually heard say, doesn't mean no one else said it, just I didn't hear it. Yeah, you all get to move forward, up that way, and you're heading up towards that split in the northeast on the map that I posted. To the left is where you heard the murmuring the night before. You'd been up towards 8, and you pretty sure you killed everything up there, so to the left is where you think you need to go. And the moss is still lit. It seems to be the only light. Even though it's day, the storm is still going hard enough to be blocking the sun out down here into this cavern. And as you head in there, yeah, these aren't people, and it's pretty obvious they're not. They are just a pile of flesh. Just random flesh moving around with these offshooting, protruding parts and not eyes, mouths just opened up all over, and each mouth is just kind of my mom was a unicorn, and like there's some of them are singing, some of them are humming, some of them are just spouting nonsense. One of them is shouting that I'll never vote for Hillary, and another one of the mouths shouting about but Biden is so much worse. And you know who these people are because of your real world knowledge, and you do not know how this insane gibbering mouth, as it's called, knows about these things and is just shouting whatever nonsense comes to mind, not providing any evidence to support its claim.
Captain, I don't think that's a penguin.
You be right.
But there seems
Think they're edible.
There do seem to be 3 of them in the room.
The hell are these things?
Near the buyer in dire streets, call forth now the fire that eats. Bonfire lights, our path that creates.
Alright, you're just gonna bonfire one of the 3 up?
Yep.
Let me get over there to the Pix channel, and I will send you a picture of what a gibbering mouth looks like for those of you in-game who do not know. For anyone who is watching, it's really easy. Just look up gibbering mouth, and, like, you'll find pictures. Trust me. It's one of the more grotesque eldritch things in the game. It's got a few eyes. Yeah, so there's one down at the, like, shorter end, down on the bottom. There's one up, like, kind of towards the top where it curves out into a rounded space. And then there's one kind of directly in front of you. And the one directly in front of you is probably the easiest hit with bonfire. So it'll go ahead and roll a dexterity save, and then everyone needs to roll for advantage. Roll for advantage. Roll for initiative with advantage.
Does that mean straight rolls for me?
Yes, straight rolls for Liramar and you. Or we'll just have Liramar act on your turn if you'd rather, just to make it faster.
Up to you. It's not hard to roll.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll them.
Did you say advantage?
Yes, with advantage.
Gotta crack some teeth.
So Captain Flair's got a 16. And Tempest got a 24 on the better. And what did Wrath get?
Wrath has a 17, Liramar, because I actually rolled with disadvantage. The first one was a 19.
Alright. Twilight, I'm still waiting
With
for
advantage?
yours. Yeah,
Yeah,
with
you got
advantage.
20.
20 total. Pius seems to get distracted, despite kind of being close to the front of the group. He doesn't seem to be functioning quite right at the moment. Something's going on in his servos. And he's not all here. And he's just going to take the bottom of the turn order.
Hey. The man ain't doing so hot.
Twilight, roll again, because you have advantage. Liramar's maximum health, though. What is that again? I have not added it to the sheets.
36.
May I re-roll that?
You get to take the higher of the two advantages, so you can re-roll if you think the 17 is not good enough.
Yeah, we'll do it.
You'll use a lucky point to re-roll the 17? Or re-roll the 8, technically?
Oh, would it be 1d20 or 2d20? If I'm
1d20. You're just rolling, you're re-rolling the 8. And trying to beat the 17 you got.
I like that. 126.
No, you can't have 126 initiative. You cannot have 126 initiative. We are playing D&D. There may be games out there with the numbers high enough to do that, but D&D is not one of them. Even 3.5, I don't think I ever heard of an initiative getting that high unless they were like level 100 gameplay. And by that point, are you even playing D&D? I'm pretty sure you're just playing your own god fantasy. Yeah, your 17 was better.
I was just smashing numbers. That's what I was doing. Keep button smashing. Yeah!
Boy smashing! Come on, computer. Do what you're supposed to. Let me take the gibbering mouth. Come on, stop being a jerk. Okay, let me put it on the tab I want to put it on now.
Nope, you can't do it.
Come on, stop being a jerk. Stop being a jerk. Stop being a jerk. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna open it up on the tab. I'm just gonna bring it back up on the correct space. So you're gonna have to give me a moment while I bring it back up in the correct spot.
Technical difficulties.
Wait, what are those?
Stupid gibbering mouthers. Okay, so they are definitely not going first. The first in the initiative is Tempest this go-round. The closest one to you is the one directly ahead that, if I remember correctly, failed to dodge the bonfire. Or did I not roll? I didn't even roll it.
Yeah, you did. You got a 10.
I ended up using that for its initiative. Let me fix its initiative then. It still failed. Give me the damage on that bonfire then, though, because that's a fail. Okay, its initiative got worse.
That was off. When it loads. Bonfire is 1d8 fire damage. Okay.
Yes, it is. Tempest, you are 30 feet away from the one that just got hit by the bonfire. You're about 60 from the one to the right, 60 from the one to the left. This cavern is somewhat large. There's no ice in the cavern, though. Like there has been up to this point, like through the tunnel and everything.
The room's normal.
Looks normal.
Good enough. I'm gonna go whack that one on fire.
All right. 2 damage to that one from the bonfire. And you get to run up, and you're going in. You have the 40-foot movement normally. So you can reach it. You can make the swing at it. But as you enter the room, I want you to make a Constitution save.
I don't even know what. Okay, I'll live with that. Let's see what we get. I don't like it.
You do well enough. No adverse effects. But as you're running in the room, despite the fact that Tempest does not know half the information being presented here, it feels like you're back in Arizona in the middle of summer.
This is death.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll to hit with that scythe then.
This is death.
I love how Justin definitely knows this, being from Arizona.
Did you ever take Maya down to Phoenix?
No. We did go down to Sedona one time, but it was a fairly cool day. So she hasn't even experienced Arizona at its worst.
Oh, she got lucky.
Yeah, she did.
Got my 110-degree day.
Yeah, I think the highest it hit was like 108 while we were there, and that's like average in Phoenix.
Yup.
Phoenix gets so much worse. You got a 21
As a
that
Floridian,
hits?
What did the site become with the new rule?
It was an extra +2 to hit and an extra +2 damage. As a Floridian, though?
as a Floridian, though, I will take 102 in Arizona because I have traveled. I will take 102 in Arizona to 98 in Florida any day of the fucking
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
Because-
once you start considering humidity as part of heat index, I will take the dry heat over the wet heat any day. I went to Georgia once. I went to Georgia once.
What? You're like, never again.
I almost didn't come back from Georgia. Our first stop was the motel, and it was kind of like out of the car, inside. Less than 5 seconds. Because I was like 15. I just wanted to get inside, stretch around, throw my stuff down. Like, I was just in. Good, cool, climate controlled. I hadn't really noticed. I happened to be in Georgia at like one of the worst humidity streaks they'd experienced in decades. The weather was reporting like 110% humidity. It was disgusting.
Gets out of the car. Jess gets out of the car in Georgia. She's like, it's sweaty and full of Republicans. I want to go home.
No. I wish that was all it was. We got in the car. I got in quick again, as usual. We went to go get some ice cream because we were with somebody who was from that town in Georgia. And they wanted to show me an ice cream parlor, a local one. We had to park a block away. So I gotta be in it for at least a little bit of time. I don't remember getting to the store. In less than 30 seconds, I passed out. Because my internal system is so dry all the time that when all that moisture processed through for about 30 seconds and the mucus expanded, it closed my airways and I ran out of oxygen. They dragged me into a climate control where I could start clearing is the only reason I was okay.
I felt the opposite way when I went to Colorado for the first time. That's when I got altitude sickness, which is insane, by the way. Anybody who's ever gotten altitude sickness, it's nutty.
It is. I went from Colorado at like 8,000 to Death Valley, which is just under 0 in a singular trip.
Well, I live in Florida.
Sorry, go ahead.
I live in Florida, so I'm below sea level and have been below sea level most of my life. And then my family was like, let's go to Pikes Peak.
When you change elevations that drastically, you have to plan the first day of your vacation and your first day back, which is the last day of your vacation, to do nothing.
I heard your first
the Pikes Peak that railroad that goes up the mountain?
Well, the railroad's a fun trip from what I've heard. Okay, we are really sidetracked though. Holy cow. We need to get back to the game.
Yeah, we do.
21 damage though to that mouth is a pretty big slash through it. So you catch into it and you take off some of those little wriggly appendages and slice through a couple of the mouths and you even blot out one of its eyes. And it just kind of like looks up at you and goes, "That wasn't very nice. I would like a refund."
Oh god, it's a Karen.
Get out of here!
Yeah, you still have your bonus action.
Give it a big flurry.
What was that?
I said give it a McFlurry.
Give it a McFlurry.
Oh shoot, I gotta
I'm
roll
gonna
the.
call that is what I'm calling flurry of blows from now on. Is McFlurry.
You have to make a monk named McFly.
Yeah, a monk
McFlurries.
McFly who does McFlurries. Yes. That 23 hits, so your 7 damage stands. You get a good old punch in it. But I should have asked: are you using a key point, or are you just doing the standard?
Standard, and I think that was more reactionary. It talked, right?
Yes, it talked. One of its eyes turned directly towards you, and it clearly was talking to you, and being an absolute
that punch was
Karen.
reaction. Yeah, that punch was reactionary.
Oh shit!
That was Maya coming out for a moment, going, "Oh God, I'm in retail."
I'm sorry. I don't know why. I mean, you're freaky.
Spot on, chap. That was a mighty fine punch. This thing is completely inconsistent. It clearly doesn't know what these words mean. It's just saying things. It's still standing. It's starting to look not so great, though. Just about a little bloodied.
What are you?
That would move the turn order over to Nick, though.
Okay.
It was wide enough that all of you could have literally just been in a single file line wide, so that you're all approximately the same distance, or you could have been in any number of formations. So tell me how far away you were from the entrance. I know Tempest would have been right up there at the edge.
I mean, I wouldn't have been right on top of the entrance. I'd probably be behind at least Wrath. Like, I would.
Learmar is right over Wrath's shoulder, so if you want a melee with you, he'll be there.
Yeah, I'd probably be next to Learmar. I was told that he's trustworthy, and if Wrath trusts him, I trust him, so I'd probably be palling along with, like... I'm a wizard. I'm not an idiot. I know I can get one hit if I get looked at funny. I've got the fighter next to me, and I'm like, this is my new buddy.
Alright, so you're probably maybe like 10 feet, maybe 15 back. We'll say 10. You're 10 feet back from the entrance. So that would put you about 30 from the one that's getting the crap beat out of it, and because 10 feet forward and then hook or right, about 70 feet from the one to the top, say 70 to the one at the bottom.
Okay. The one that's... So there are 3 total?
Yes. Top, middle, bottom.
I have to ask, is there a way I can make a straight line?
Not with the... If you spend your whole turn... You dash for 60 feet, and then astral step behind the gibbering mouth. You'll be about 10 feet behind one of them on the side, and you'll have a straight line through them.
Nope, not worth it. Okay, so what I will do is... Not the one that is currently engaged, but the... Is the furthest one less than 90 feet away from me, or about 90 feet away from me?
Yeah, both of top and bottom are both like 70 to 80 feet away from you.
Okay, let's handle the top then. I'm gonna use the staff to cast Hold Monster on the top one.
Alright.
It's a wisdom saving throw of 16.
Natural 16 plus 0 bonus.
So fails because aggressor wins.
Because aggressor wins.
Alright, so that one is paralyzed. And then it can... Give me a second. We have spell... We can make another wisdom saving throw. At the end of each of its turns. So at the end of its turn, it can make another saving throw.
Yeah, as you catch it in this moment, you just hear a very thick Southern accent start shouting about, "The commies got me! The commies got me!"
Yeah, welcome to the big red wave. That will be my turn.
All right. Back to the campaign tracker. That would make it Learmar's turn.
Learmar.
Nick, you had to have stepped like 10 feet forward just to the edge of the entrance, so you didn't feel the heat, because you didn't actually go in.
Learmar will step, like, just into the room where people can walk in behind him. He's not blocking the entrance, but at the same time, he's not going any further, and he'll just shrug his shield down from his shoulder and unsheath his blade. There's a flash of bronze and electricity as he does so, and he just gets in a defensive position, putting himself as a shield in front of the people behind him.
All right. Make a Constitution save the moment he steps into the cavern.
21.
21, he is good, but again, he feels that heat pressing down on him.
Okay. And yeah, he'll just take the, what is it called? The dodge action? Or whatever, the defensive action?
Dodge.
Yeah. And that's his turn.
That'll make it Twilight's turn.
Infestation. I'm gonna do infestation.
Infestation? That's one of the things for the staff, correct?
No, it's cantrip.
I forgot what the last cantrip you... Oh, that's right. You chose that. And I never wrote it down because my brain has been mush for a couple of weeks. I'm on my meds. I'm done being sick. I'm gonna start getting things done better.
Yay!
I know I got most of it, but... I've got it loading up right now. 30-foot range. So you have to step forward. Not necessarily fully into the room, though. So your choice. Do you step fully into the cavern or not? Twilight?
Yeah?
Do you step into the cavern or not? You have to move up to, like, the edge of it. But it's such a fine line, you could literally step in or not.
Nah, I won't step in.
Okay. To appear momentarily on one creature, the target must succeed on a con save. Roll that d20. They got a natural 11, plus 3 is 14, which is lower than the DC. They fail. So it takes 1d6 poison. So, go ahead and roll a d6.
I thought that was on you, because I rolled a d4 for the damage. Don't you?
The damage says 1d6.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So roll...
The d4 is about what direction the swarm moves. Or, no, yeah, not the swarm, but the creature, because the creature has to move. Alright, 5 damage. Now the creature, if it can move, has to. 4 would be west, which would basically just be 5-foot step away from Tempest. That's an opportunity attack, if you want to take it.
I don't like how you said that.
If there is an if.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I can't. Not Twilight. I said for Tempest if you want it.
Oh, okay. I thought you said my name. Sorry. Your microphone's fading in and out.
Fuck.
Yeah. Do I gotta roll?
Hey, anyone watching? Anyone who wants to help me out? Even the people here at this table, if you can afford it. Send me money to buy a goddamn mic that costs more than $10, please. I want to be able to record decent videos. Like, half of what's stopping me from becoming a voice actor and having a good job is my mic. I am using a dollar store reject 5-year-old mic. The fact that it sounds this good is because of the precision and painstaking love I've put into it. You're taking that opportunity attack, so you need a roll to hit then.
Okay.
I assume that hits.
An 18? Oh yeah. What type of insects did you have crawling all over it, by the way? Twilight?
Let's do centipedes.
Centipedes.
No, Black Widows.
They have no venom sacs, so whatever. Unfortunately, the spell can't really deal much outside of its base effect. So it'll modify whatever it is so that it can't do more. Kind of like how that snack bag keeps producing like really fine, high-proof alcohols, but they're not really getting anyone drunk.
Right. Let's just do centipedes, because actually spiders are not a form of insect, it's a form of,
You are technically correct, and that is the best kind of correct.
It's arachna. There you go.
Yeah, it's an
So it wouldn't be spiders, so let's do centipedes.
Okay. Centipedes. I mean, technically centipedes aren't insects either. There's a lot of weird breakdowns. D&D basically lumps a lot of shit into insects, which centipedes are part of that inclusion. So, yes, centipedes.
Really? I didn't know centipedes are actually not a part of an insect.
It's part of the definition about the, like, 3 parts of the body, this many limbs, and centipedes just go way beyond that number and count.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just do mites.
It counts as an insect in D&D.
Okay.
It does. It's fucking weird. D&D does not care about actual biology. Which is why having a biologist playing in a game is really interesting. So yeah, centipedes, and Tempest, you see that, of course, that just suddenly there's centipedes all over it, and it just swiggles and starts to move away, and it's like, I haven't been this offended since a trumper touched me.
They're arthropods. Okay.
Yep. Just like, interestingly enough, squid and octopi are actually mollusks. The same as snails and slugs.
Right.
I learned that one a couple weeks ago. I was like, what? They're mollusks? That's weird.
Let's just do red ants then, to be precise. I know red ants are insects, and red ants bite the hell.
You want to keep it reality? You want to keep it reality? Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, red ants instead. But you see that, Tempest, as you go swinging down on it and you smack it, and it says this stupid thing about, like, they haven't been that offended since a trumper touched them. These things really don't seem to have actual political values. They're just taking the lowest IQ of any side and spouting out shit that they might say.
Well, at least I hit it.
Yeah, it doesn't look so good, though. And that would... Twilight, you still technically have a bonus action. And you can move more if you wanted to enter the room.
Yeah. Let's move.
Alright, as you enter the room, make a Constitution save.
Shit, I just got, Alright. Constitution save.
Oh, clarity, because I didn't actually say it directly. Because Talons never actually happened and we're trying to give back Twilight all her stuff, that means Talons is in the deck. It is an 8 card, not 7 card right now. 13, you pass, but you do feel the sweltering heat. I would guess you've been to Arizona? Just because of your cousin? But have you, Star? Have you actually been to Arizona?
Yes, I have. Actually, okay. I went to like it was like on the border of Arizona and Utah, but yeah, and it was actually hot, but I didn't go to like flat.
Experience the desert though. I guess I should describe it more as I feel like you walked into a desert.
Well, I mean, there was camels there, because we went to, like, a side zoo, and there was, like, camels there and
that doesn't make it a zoo. That doesn't make it a desert. Anyways, Wrath's turn. But yeah, if any of you have ever been to a desert and felt like that dry heat, that's what this room feels like.
Oh, in Arizona right now, it's 85 degrees. Is that the temperature we're going after?
It's also like 8 and 9 p.m. there. Right now's the cold part of the day.
So, yeah, no. I really never have.
Cold in Arizona. But yes, Wrath, your turn.
Now, wait, hold on. Are we talking about northern or southern Arizona? Because there's difference.
Southern. We're talking about deserts, but we're getting way too distracted. Wrath, your turn. 3rd time already. I don't want to say it again. Everyone else.
Wrath walks up to where Nick is. He's not in the room yet, is he?
No, Wrath is not in the room. Nobody is starting their turn in the room.
Okay. Well, no, I was saying Nick wasn't in the room.
No, Nick is right on the edge of the room.
Okay, so Wrath walks up next to Nick, arms crossed. He just doesn't appear to be engaging in any kind of combat. Nick, what are we looking at here? Is this... I mean, we just kind of walked in and attacked. What is this?
From my understanding, it's chaos.
I mean, I could tell that, but is it actually a threat? I haven't seen them do anything other than talk. They are quite annoying.
I mean, we can give... the only thing I've done is hold one down for right now. We can give them the opportunity if you wish, but...
We've probably had over 6 seconds worth of conversation, so we'll cut it there for the moment.
Okay.
Wrath, you can still technically be doing other things while you stand there, but we'll say that was the end of your movement.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't see a reason to attack.
Alright, Captain Flowers, you're up. Your bonfire currently has no one in it, since it moved.
Well, I stop concentrating and then I chant again. Let's focus on the one that's nearest to me.
Same one.
And then I run into the room to attack it.
Is bonfire a bonus action?
No. It's just a cantrip.
Okay, I'm trying to figure it out because you said you'd start chanting again, and then run into attack. So I'm like, hold on, are you casting bonfire or like attacking with your weapons?
Nope, I attacked with bonfire and then I start running.
Okay. Preparing to attack versus actually attacking. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It passed the save though with a natural 20.
Grr.
So it just kind of like skirts to the side. Oh Lord, where did the humidity go? Someone bring me some iced tea.
You get iced tea, yeah,
you get like half the way over to it, but you need to roll a Constitution save now that you've entered the room.
I'm confident in this. Grr, 15.
You're good. And again, thanks to Justin, you absolutely recognize this experience.
I missed it.
That would make the mouth's turn. The one who is held is kind of just too incoherent to even care or try to break through. So it's just staying held as it keeps mouthing off random crap through the round. The one next to the bonfire, though, is going to take a step closer to Tempest again and try to swing on Tempest. Which it gets 2 attacks. As its mouths open up and it begins trying to bite you.
Did we start at full health before this?
Yes, you did.
He tries to bite me.
He tries to bite you. He got a total 4, so it fails. But you need to roll a dexterity saving throw as all its mouth's just going and all the very disgusting spit is just flying up at you.
Oh, why you gotta add that? Oh.
Because its ability is literally called Blinding Spittle. That is what's happening canonically. You got a total of 11. You actually failed. You are blind until the end of the Mouther's next turn. A whole bunch of it got in your eyes.
Somebody move me away. This is gross.
Yeah, like you can see faint outlines of things. It's just not okay.
Seriously, someone grab me.
And the one at the bottom is just gonna dash 20 feet upwards towards Tempest. Still about 10 feet away. These things, nothing I chose moves fast for this dungeon, by the way. I did not realize this. Yeah, that would be the end of the Mouther's turns, though. Which makes it Pius's turn. Who's going to go ahead and step in the room and start trying to get towards the ally he has noticed has been incapacitated. Or blinded, not incapacitated. That doesn't work for a roll, Jess. 1d20 plus what? Whoa, phone, don't overreact and close the whole app. I just hit the back button. Plus 6. $22, he passes. Yeah, he noticing you're blinded, not knowing how long it's gonna last. Where is the spell Lesser Restoration? It is 2nd level, and I just gotta double check and make sure blind is on the list. Yep, it counts. Good. You are not blinded now. as Pius kind of gets up there and slaps his hand over your eyes and casts it.
Ow. Thank you.
You are welcome.
You can hear.
That would then make it... that is... Okay. Still not completely here because I'm still in recovery. That would make it top of the turn. We're back to Tempest.
Okay, you said I could see now, so...
Yes. You are starting your turn within 20 feet of the gibbering mouther, though. And even worse, within 10 feet. If you wanted to move, that is. You start your turn within 20 feet, and you can hear its gibbering. You need to make a wisdom save.
What kind of... You're lucky these are good numbers I have.
But half the fun in D&D is failing. A 10. Aggressor wins.
It's gonna touch me. It's gonna touch me.
Roll a D8.
It's touching her.
You get no reactions, by the way, until your next turn. And now this D8 determines what you actually do on your turn. You do nothing.
For the love of God, someone save me.
The sounds and the stupidity and everything going in it just reminding you of the real world and all the stupidity you play this game to get away from just has you in a bit of a rage, and you stand there doing nothing for the next 6 seconds.
I'm gonna start shaking, guys.
Nick, your turn. Uh-oh, did we lose Nick? Uh-oh, is it just the mute? Is that the problem?
Yeah, you didn't lose me. I was talking. Okay. So the one is still under hold monster, right?
Yes, it is still under hold monster. You know what, Wrath? I did not know D&D Beyond was also called Goat Simulator.
Do it.
It says you're playing Goat Simulator and you're streaming D&D Beyond. I'm just making a joke about it.
That's my son playing Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
So I will cast. I'm gonna cast Astral Void.
Which one?
On the one I have hold monster on.
Alright, it is paralyzed. It would only be a dex save, right?
I think it's an attack.
No, Astral Void is to hit.
So it has advantage?
Yeah, I think that's what it is advantage to hit.
And then melee attacks are an auto crit. It fails all strength and dex saves.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so roll to hit with advantage. Roll that nat 20. You can do it.
No, I rolled a 19. So 32 to hit.
Alright, that's pretty good, though. That's pretty good still. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Necrotic, by the way. I'm gonna go with necrotic on this one.
Okay.
9 damage.
9 damage. Alright.
That's the one on top.
Yep. Alright then. It takes it kind of just directly to the face, and it's like, huh. It's kind of sad, really. But really, it was only a dog. That's all it actually says. Not a lot of context to what it could mean by sad, and it was just a dog. Any movement or bonus action?
No. No, I'm gonna stay right at the doorway.
Alrighty then. That would bring it to Lirimar's turn again.
Seeing them have literally no effect on anyone, and just kind of being punching bags. Liramar looks back at Wrath kind of questioningly, and he drops his guard a little bit. And we're not, neither him nor Wrath are doing anything. We're just kind of watching this play out. These things don't seem to be threatening at all. So he'll kind of just hold his turn in case something comes like at us threateningly. Yeah.
Alright, Twilight, your turn. You're probably about 10 feet away from the one that's gotten its ass kicked. The one that you cast Infestation on.
I'm gonna change into a kangaroo, and then I'm gonna... Let's see.
I don't think there are stats for kangaroos.
I was thinking that I was going to, like... I'm trying to get Tempest out of the situation, but that would actually cause me to move over to her. So...
Yeah, I think I could work the stats out for a kangaroo as a challenge 1 or lower, so you should be able to do that. The key ones needed would be strength 18 and dexterity, it would be 17. So...
How far away from Tempest am I?
10 feet, 5 feet. You're pretty darn there.
So, can I move over to her and then kick her back?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll to hit.
Sorry, Tempest, but I gotta get you the hell out of there, girl.
It's a +6 bonus, because it's just proficiency and strength mod. 23 actually hits Tempest AC. Would you look at that? Now roll 1d8 plus 4 for damage.
I don't want to do damage on her, I just wanted to get her out of the fight!
Only way you're going to throw enough force to launch her back any distance. Especially when she is probably going to resist. Tempest, if you're going to resist, roll a strength save.
I'm having a mental breakdown.
Oh, that's right. You're just like you're literally doing nothing. That's what it says, do nothing. I guess this can be interpreted as you don't even make saves or dodge or anything. Twilight, 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you fail the save and you get knocked back like 10 feet and just kind of you hit the ground and slide 10 feet. But you're going to take 6 damage from that.
Mental breakdown, and now I'm mad because she kicked me. Perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty much Twilight's turn, though.
I got cure wounds for you.
Too bad you had to use your attack action.
It's okay. It got her out of the situation. I'm happy.
Wrath said he's not doing anything, so Captain Flower, it's your turn. You got a clear shot at the one that's pretty beat up.
Hold on, that was bacon banana bread.
Captain Flowers with bacon banana bread, you guys, while you're fighting.
What a way to put that forge to use.
Alright. So I have a straight shot at it?
Yep. And you got the distance to make it.
Yarr. He pulls out both of his axes and he just charges at it. And he tries to sink both of them right into one of its mouth eyes.
Alright. Separate attack rolls. Because a lot of time I've been not saying it, so you've been rolling it as like one attack. There are 2 attacks, 2 weapons. First one first, main hand. Roll to hit.
14.
14. Oh, excuse me. That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage of 1d6 plus strength mod. Oh my god. Oh, so gassy again.
Strength mod again is going to be... Aha! Okay.
Seven minimum damage. It looks like if you could have just hit him a bit harder. That's what that's what the mouther says as you smack it in the eye.
I'll hurt you, her.
Yeah, now you can make your offhand attack with the other axe.
18.
Yep, that's a hit. So just 1d6 damage.
For 6 damage.
It goes down. And this time, the little bit it says is kind of deflates and mists up and just disappears. Its eyes do all turn towards you. And it says the one with a beak of ice will be the downfall of the pirate captain. Sounds almost
I'm gonna eat you.
But it disappears.
I eat you.
That makes the other one's turns. The other mouth, the one that's held, starts to get the sense that, oh no, whoa, hold on, I need to do something. It's going to try to resist. Natural 8 plus 0, fails again, still held. The other one is going to be able to move its 10 speed and try to attack Twilight. So that is going to be a +2 to hit for it, because it sucks at this stuff. Natural 20, critically hit. So that's going to be... Holy cow. Okay, yeah, its to hit is low, its damage not so much. It's not written correctly on this page, so I gotta math out the average real quick.
Lucky feet! Lucky feet!
Oh. Can you use that on someone else's U20?
I don't know, I was just saying it. It sounded good!
Let me double check, because if you can use lucky to tell them they don't get a crit, that sounds just broke enough to be true.
Can you use inspiration like that?
Yes, you can use that.
Then Wrath will see the blow coming, hold up his hand, Twilight, watch out! And I'll use an inspiration.
Okay. Luck can only be used on your rolls. Twilight.
Okay. Alright. It sounded good. It honestly sounded good.
It did. I was with it.
So you guys didn't exactly know the result. Obviously, you knew it was a hit because nat 20 is a nat 20. You can't really avoid that part. Its average. It rolled a second nat 20. My fucking god. Twilight.
Oh my god.
It deals 34 damage to you in a single blow.
Alright.
It deals 17 on a hit. Critical is 34. Wow. Okay, apparently you were just supposed to get crit. That was unfair.
That's wrong. That's true.
That is unfair. With disadvantage. Like, it looks like it's gonna miss you. Like, it looks like it's leaning towards the ground and then just grabs your Achilles heel, your Achilles tendon, and just grips it as it bites.
Ow!
You need to make a Constitution save for massive damage, though. Because that was so much of your health.
So I said that Learmar was kind of holding in case somebody like rushes. Could Wrath have been holding a spell in case something like this happened?
Yeah. Do you have any cantrips that can be cast at a distance?
No,
Just
I
because
do
we
not.
didn't call it in advance. Choose a level 1 spell, because I know you got at least one level spell that has distance.
Yep, Witch Bolt. That's
All
what I
right.
was going to do.
Twilight, where's the con save?
Okay.
Yeah, and Leomar was basically holding his whole turn, so
Oh no.
he wasn't doing anything. You failed the massive damage. You failed the massive damage.
Yeah.
Twilight, don't die on me now. This would be like, this is one of those, I don't use crit tables for a reason, and this isn't even a crit table. This is also a challenge too.
Well, you said how much max? So is it max health?
Your max health is not what goes down when you take damage. Your current health goes down. But your max health was 43, and you just took 34. You got left at 9 health.
That's fine.
That's not counting the massive damage effects, though. For some reason, it's not open to the correct page anymore.
This is what I get for saving Tempest.
Go ahead and roll a d10 for me real quick. The massive damage table does not auto-kill PCs. We'll put it that way. You also, the lower you roll on massive damage, the worse it is. So your 10 gives you the best reaction. No, you cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn. That's the penalty here. That and you have 9 hit points. But now you also need to make a dexterity save as all of its spittle is flying up at you in your face. After the held actions, though. Well, go ahead and roll the dex save now, but...
I did not hit. With disadvantage because of exhaustion, I got a nat 1.
You got a nat 1. Yeah, that's a miss at that point. Learmar has the speed to move up to it and swing with the weapon, though.
Yeah, if you'll allow it.
Yeah, he was holding for something like this. And he would have had the notice to see what was about to happen to be able to run up first.
With this... Exhaustion is disadvantage on attack rolls at level 1, right?
I think it's ability checks, actually. I don't think it includes attack roll.
No, it sure doesn't. Okay, then Rats would have been a 14 to hit.
That would hit.
That hits. Oh, would it? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And Learmar... Shit, what did I roll? I didn't. 12 to hit?
A 12 also hits?
Oh, okay. One-handed because... 12... Oh, wow. 12 points of damage from the...
so that was 12 and 6?
12 and 6, yes. 18 total.
It took quite a bit of damage. It's still up. Twilight, your saving throw of 12. Tonight, this fight has not been Twilight's fight. You've gone from just hating the cold and having a bit of a fear of freezing to death, which is probably part of why you wanted to get a move on this morning and just get moving sort of thing. You're starting to really hate the heat too, though. It seems to be fogging up your brain something fierce. You are blind until the end of the Mouther's next turn.
Oof.
And that would then make it Pius's turn, who is going to go ahead and drop a 2nd level Cure Wounds. There needs to be a heal, and fast.
Hey, I have a question,
wait,
Jeff.
Yes? The question?
Did we roll the animal stats for the kangaroo since I was already a kangaroo, though?
Oh, you know what? I forgot you were a kangaroo. That would have detracted 10 hit points then from it. And the damage you would have taken still would have been more than half. You have 19 hit points, though, right now.
Okay, so instead of 9, it's 19?
Yes, but it was still more than half your max health at that point. So everything happened the same. Just not as bad.
Alright, sorry, I should have mentioned that to you earlier.
No, you're good. I should have remembered you were a kangaroo. I'm a bit sweaty. It's hot in this garage. No proper AC. And if I turn it on, that's all anybody's gonna hear. So, I'm gonna find solutions. I'm going to. Grave Cleric, though, they have that feature about max healing. How does that work?
It's only when somebody is unconscious.
Alright, unconscious specifically. Gotcha.
Yep.
9 hit points, that's what you get back, Twilight. 9 hit points.
Okay, so it's not 19?
You are now at
You get
28.
9 on top of that.
Yeah, you just got healed. So you're back over half health. Pius doesn't have any witty lines or anything, though, right now. He just kind of heals. Looks desolate, like a mindless machine.
Is drool coming out of his mouth?
What coming out of his mouth?
Drool.
No. We're at the 2-hour mark. Coming to the top of the next round. Let's go ahead and take a break. My head can cool off a little bit. We can all get rested, resituated, and maybe we can come back to the table less distracted, and I can stop making silly little mistakes. How about that?
Okay.
So we'll be back in about 15 minutes, which would make it 32 to 47 after when we'll be back. And here comes the break. If it'll ever work.
Get freaky with your beat, with your beat, with your beat. Get freaky with your beat, with your beat, with. Get freaky.
I'm back.
Is everyone dead?
Not yet.
Yeah, we're live. Thank God no one's dead.
No, I died.
Oh, I'm dead too.
Oh, thank goodness we have Nick to bring us all back as undead. That way you can tirelessly make D&D content with me.
Hell yeah. Cast Ray's dead.
No way to die.
It's me sitting with zombie Pius, and I'm like, it was a good day.
I mean, that's what's funny about, like, the way that Warforged are actually written is they die and follow death saves the same way as any other humanoid. They're humanoids, not constructs. They can be raised as zombies. A freaking zombie robot is a real thing in D&D now because of 5th edition. It's just not lore friendly.
It's just not normal friendly.
Yeah, I'm feeling better now. I also think I discovered where the pain on the top of my head's coming from. My new meds are making me and my body aware of a lot of problems we were having that I'd been ignoring. The pain on the top of my head happens to line up with my headset and the way I wear it. So apparently I'd been rubbing the top of my head raw and didn't even realize it until my meds kicked in and let me feel things that I wasn't feeling previously.
This is why we take our meds, Jess.
I was trying. I just finally got the ability to go to a doctor. Finally got approved for meds. It took 5 months. It took 5 months to get through the process to get back on my quetiapine and antipsychotic so that I could stop being a menace to society.
Well, it's good. But I still want you to be a menace to society.
I'll be a menace to society in a normal, acceptable way. How about that?
What if I don't want an acceptable way? I want it unacceptable. I love the unacceptable way.
Okay, I'm not Johnny Silverhand, so I'm not doing that. I'm not nuking Arasaka, or Walmart headquarters as it's called in our world. That is unacceptable behavior. We do not promote terrorism in this group.
Well, then, Twilight should
Publicly. We don't condone it publicly.
No. We just do not condone it. Do not get us in trouble with YouTube by saying publicly. We do not condone it. This is all jokes, people. We're here having fun. Anything you're taking politically or whatever from tonight's session, this is all jokes. This is all in fun. None of it is serious, and none of it actually portrays our own beliefs and thoughts.
DM me with the plans to overthrow Walmart headquarters, people. Do it.
Dude, that plan first involves getting a job as a cashier and working your way up.
We have Jess. We can coerce her into this.
No, top of the turn order though. Tempest, it is your turn. We are going on round 3. 1 gibbering mouther is down. 1 is getting pretty damaged. The other is untouched. The one that's damaged also happens to be held currently.
But I'm good now.
Hold on. Was that to the end of your turn?
Or the end of its turn?
No reactions until the start of your turn, and you did nothing on your turn at that time. So yeah, start of your turn, you're all good.
Okay, I got a vendetta with that one. I need to kill it.
The one that did that is dead. Actually, hold on. You're starting within 10 feet of the other one that moved up, so you gotta roll another wisdom save to start your turn.
Son of a bitch, I am going...
If you fail a DC 10 twice in a row, like, for real, you guys need to stop dying to DC 10s and +2s to hit.
Stop throwing such hard things at us then.
DC 10 +2 to hit. Overpowered characters. You're being mean and throwing really hard stuff at us. I'm throwing nuisances. You pass, Tempest. You're good. Act as normal. Actually, you have to make a strength save also because you're within 10 feet of it. To stand up. To stand up, you have to make this save.
What?
Yeah. The ground within 10 feet of it is just this dough-like mush. And if you don't pass a DC 10 strength save, your speed becomes 0.
My strength's not looking too hot right now.
You have inspiration if you would like to save yourself.
Absolutely, because come on.
Stop rolling nat ones, you guys. This is hilarious watching you all roll like me, but it's not fun either. When it's the whole group, at least. Okay, you pass. You can stand up using 20 foot of movement, and then 10 to get over to it. Well, 20 to get over to it, because every step takes 2 spaces.
Okay, to clarify, so the one that made the noise initially is dead, but now there's this new one?
Yeah, the one that was at the bottom has now moved up to the middle. The one that was in the middle is gone.
The fact that it even tried to make noise, I'm pissed at it. So yeah, I'm swinging on it. I'm going up to it.
Right, all of them have been doing nothing but making noise. That's all they do.
I hate them now. This is personal.
This is personal now. Just kill them for
personal.
Son of a bitch.
Nat 1, you failed a hit.
I'm going to start kicking dirt at it.
Are you going to key point and try to flurry of blows this thing? Or are you just going to take one offhand attack?
Flurry it. Flurry it.
First down.
How does that one work again?
Flurry of blows?
Yeah, I only use it once.
Spend one of your 2 key points, and then you get to roll 2 attacks. Unarmed strikes, specifically. The first one hits. Go ahead and roll the second to hit real quick.
Yeah, the same thing.
Oh, the roll's taking so long.
No.
Oh. Okay, you rolled 14 and 14 again? That's why I didn't realize that you rolled the second one. That's on me, folks, because I didn't notice that the number was doubled in there. Yeah, both hit, so roll the damage. You can just roll it all together, so it'd be 2d4 plus 10.
What's up with the doubles?
Well, she's making 2 attacks and both hits. Oh, doubles as far as rolling? I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I've been talking that the whole time.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now, Tempest. You got the 2 14s. They both hit. Roll your 2d4 plus 10 damage. Ah, 17 total damage. The one on the bottom finally takes some DMG.
It was pissing me off.
So you come down with the scythe and miss, and to balance yourself, the obvious counterbalance would be to bring your foot up to kick it across the face. And as you get your balance again, you kind of lean back and drop an elbow into it. Go ahead and say the catchphrase of that barbecue place for me, because that's what it says.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Yep. And that would bring it to... Whose turn is next? Nick's.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just keep things simple. I'll look over at Wrath and be like, is that aggressive enough? aggressive enough for you?
Yes, it's good enough.
And there's one still under.
You still got the
monster,
top,
right?
yeah. You've got the top one held. It's taken some damage, and then the bottom one's now taking damage after it moved into the middle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast. We'll just do Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty.
There's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, and a fucking 1 damage. Jesus.
1 damage as you smack it with the full force of your eldritch might. It like opens a mouth and catches most of the blow through its mouth. It's like the sides of it seem to singe, but nothing really happens to the inside of the mouth as it just eats, accidentally, most of the beam. And it seems to get a little whiter, almost bloated as well. And that was the top one you were attacking, correct?
Yep.
Sorry, I was a little distracted because there was like footstep creaks on the garage I'm in. I had to think about it. I was like, wait, squirrels run up there. This is an old garage.
Oh, that's creepy.
Right.
The squirrels are coming.
The squirrels are coming for me. That would be my due justice with how I've used squirrels in D&D. I would be fine with that on a tombstone. She was no match for the squirrel invasion. Everyone thinking it's a joke and that was just inappropriate. The reality is, it's true. Alright. You have your bonus action and movement still, Nick.
No, I'm good. That'll be the extent. I'm not walking in this room yet.
Alright, it is Lirimar's turn, who is starting his turn within 10 feet. So, wisdom save, and we'll do the strength save if he's trying to move.
18. He's still looming over the one that he slashed at, right?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. So, yeah, he won't move. 18 on the wisdom save.
Alright, he's good. He acts as he chooses.
Okay. He is going to take another hack with his sword. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Wait, what did I roll? Oh, no. Okay. 9 points of slashing damage.
That's gonna hit. 9 points of slashing. This time it doesn't even like word singing, nothing. It just kind of screes a little bit, kind of loudly, kind of painfully.
That's his turn.
Alright, after Liramar is Twilight. You've been knocked out of Kangaroo, and this thing just messed you up because it managed to hit you.
My phone.
Stop losing your phone. Your phone is too important to be losing in the middle of D&D.
It is.
I mean, I don't even have phone service anymore, and I know where my phone is.
I was looking at something. Cure wounds. That's not a bonus action, is it?
No, that is an action. Yeah, Cure Wounds is a full action. Heal the creature you touch.
Let's do Fury Fire on it.
Fairy Fire doesn't deal damage. It's good for finding invisible creatures.
Wait, I have my shield, right?
The Shield of Expression, yeah.
I can heat metal with it. So I'm gonna heat the Shield of Expression, heat the metal, and then just kind of charge right into it.
So the shield is touching your skin, and you bought heat-resistant gloves so you could hit it with your metal weapons, like your moon sickle +3.
That would work too.
Yep. Now, heat metal is a bonus action, though, isn't it?
No, to activate the damage is a bonus action.
Okay,
The cast is not.
Yeah, you'll have to use your turn casting heat metal, and then next turn you'll be able to start hurting things with it. These things look like you might actually get a chance to hit them a couple of times before this is done, if you did that, though.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, it is heated up. Alright. And you don't want to move away, is the sounds of it.
Well, yeah, because they get an opportunity attack if I do. So, no, we're good.
Okay, then moving on to the next turn is Wrath. There's one that's... Even though no one's getting flanking on it, it's because they're all on the same face of this thing. There's 3 people there all on the same face currently.
Okay, so Wrath, having cast Witch Bolt, he's holding on to this tether of lightning between him and the beam, and he'll just begin to step forward, and he'll step into the room, and so his action is going to be to deal damage with Witch Bolt, which is 3 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And then as he steps into the room, he's going to use his bonus action to change his cape, and it starts to flow out like these large white feathers on the back of a cape. But I have to make a saving throw.
Constitution save, yep. Con save.
Save. That's a 17.
17 passes.
Okay, and as the heat flows over him, it kind of interrupts his thought on what he wanted the cape to look like, and then all of a sudden the cape is now phoenix feathers coming off of him in brilliant reds and golds. And that's my turn.
Alright. Are you moving like your full speed of 30 into the room?
No, just right into the room. Like 5-10 feet into the room.
Okay. Stupid mouse. Stop fighting me. Alright, after Wrath is Captain Flowers. Captain Flowers, if you would like, you can try to move into a flanking position with this thing that you attacked. But first, you need to roll a wisdom save. So many of you around it and no flanking.
Yarr! That 20.
Yeah, you passed it. Now, if you want to move, you got to make a strength save.
Yarr! 20. No, wait, 4.
12, that's good enough. You pass. You were able to get a flanking position to the other corner of this square. Finally, flanking has been maneuvered. So your attacks can have advantage then.
Yeah. Okay.
A 12 hits.
12. Does a 12 hit? Okay.
Yes, it does. In fact, with that modifier, with basically everyone's modifier, you only miss on a nat 1. It has an AC 9, you guys.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. You've been fighting it long enough, and like nobody's like actually missed it except when you rolled nat 1s. Even rolling 2s and 3s, you're like, oh, I missed. Oh no, you hit actually. Yeah, so roll your 1d6 plus strength mod for the first one then.
Alright,
hey,
so
max damage, 12.
Max damage,
yeah, and then roll your advantage to hit on the second one if you're going to do your normal hack to bits maneuver.
17.
Alright, you definitely hit on that one. So go ahead and roll your 1d6 damage this time. That's 2.
22.
This thing's starting to look pretty bad. Like, you guys have been beating on it for a bit, and you've hit it quite a few times. It's starting to look pretty messed up.
If you disappear, I'll not try to eat ya. If you disappear, I'll follow ya.
And it looks up with a cute little British child's voice, definitely not fitting its demeanor and appearance, and asks if it can have more pudding.
You can pudding this.
What?
You can putting these nuts in your mouth. I don't know how to follow that one up. Okay, after Captain Flowers is the mouths, though. So the mouth there is going to go ahead, and just because Captain Flowers was the last to attack it, it'll try to attack you. First, it needs to roll a d6 to recharge its spittle. It does not, so it only gets its bite attack. And it definitely misses, so there's its turn failed. The other one is still trying to break free, so 1d20 plus 0, 8. It is still held. That makes it Pius's turn again, who doesn't see a super big need to heal anybody right now. So he's gonna cast Toll the Dead. What type of save is that again? Constitution?
I think so. I can look it up.
I keep trying to open it on the wrong freaking screen.
Wisdom.
It's Okay. Alright, making the good choices. Constitution is its only decent stat. So there's that. So 16 minus... No, just 16 flat. Let me double check Pius's DC, because I'm pretty sure it's higher than that. Yeah, it is. So it fails. What's the damage on it, since you already had it pulled up?
Oh, shit.
If it's taken damage, it's a d12. If it has not, it's a d8.
It takes a d12 and takes 10 damage, in fact. So it takes the upper end of that d12. As the one in front of it starts crying about how much it misses its mom. Just wants
I
to
am
go
your
home.
mom.
Wait, it's just a baby.
These things are saying all of this in like an eldritch demonic voice, by the way. Like, it may be doing like the accents, and like you can tell that it was a child asking about, but it's a demonic child, a demonic voice. It's freaking weird. But after Pius is back to the top of turn order, and that's Tempest again. Starting your turn there, you are going to need to make a wisdom save, though. The biggest threat of these guys is they make you roll a bunch of saves if you're a melee combatant. You pass. You're good. Are you going to move into a better flanking position with it? With everyone else?
Yeah.
Alright, you're able to get into a flanking position with Lyramar now. Everyone has flanking in this. Totally, well, not totally surrounded, but surrounded now. So yeah, you have advantage to hit now.
I was gonna say, is there still a point to this? To hitting? Because we kind of got it.
I mean, if you'd rather leave it space and go to the one that's held, you can do that too.
True. Yeah, 23 to hit.
You have advantage, so roll again. Just in case you crit.
I rolled twice, though. 3 times?
The first 2 were just to see if you could, oh, I forgot to have you roll the strength save. You passed it with a 12. Your first to hit is a 23. Roll again.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit, so roll the damage. $11. This thing looks like it is ready to just deconstruct. At this point, it's not even words coming out of its mouth, it is just sounds.
And this is to kick it. Or stomp it.
Roll again to see if it's crit. No crit, your minimum damage is more than enough, as it just kind of... It manages to say one last word, and it says it almost in a whisper, still a demonic voice. Barbecue.
I try to eat it.
You're gonna... you can't. Unfortunately, as these things are dying, and they're, like, kind of gooping out, and they turn to mist and disappear.
And I try to inhale the mist.
Absolutely, you're standing right there. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save. It's only a DC 10, so it's not that bad. Okay, 7. I need you to roll a percent now.
97.
97, alright. It's taking me a moment to flip back to the correct page.
What is that noise?
It sounds like someone's cut in a straw.
I'll be cupping their straw.
It's Nick! He's the one that's doing it!
97. Roll a d10 for me real quick, and that'll be the last roll that you'll probably be making for the whole combat.
7.
Alright. For the next 7 rounds, you are unconscious. And this time, you're just sitting alone in the Hunter's Nightmare. No enemies, no souk. You're just alone there.
Aw. I cast rock.
I cast rock. So sad. Jeez. Nick's turn. You just saw Captain Flowers decide he was going to inhale the mist of this creature and just poof, and he hit the ground unconscious.
He just falls forward.
The ground seems to have returned to normal also, so it was a hard impact.
What's his health?
Oh, it's still looking
Yeah,
good.
he's doing drugs. He's doing drugs again.
He's doing monster drugs. That's all.
Let's do monster drugs again.
Yeah.
I'm
all that's left is your held monster.
Yep. And we're gonna try and finish him off here. Yeah, I'll cast Astral Void again.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your hit, and as you begin bringing out the energy to cast it, you hear this one, almost as if in response to, like, it kind of reaches a little meshly part out towards its, as best it can at least, will paralyze, kind of towards the direction of its comrades that both have fallen in the middle, for king and country!
So that's a nat 20 to hit.
Alright, you get some critical damage.
Yeah, so are we rolling... like max damage on?
We hadn't actually come to that conclusion because we were missing some of the people who are actually here tonight. Star, you missed the discussion, and Captain Flowers, you weren't here. Critical hit variant. Instead of doing the normal roll double dice, what we can do is you take the max damage of a normal roll and then just roll the damage and add it. Normal damage and add it. That way it's always higher damage without breaking the normal max for a critical hit. What's your vote on that, Captain Flowers?
I mean, that makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, basically, if your normal damage is a d10, it would be 1d10 plus normal modifier plus 10. That's what would happen, instead of rolling 2d10 plus modifier.
So for Astral Void, it would be 2d8, right? So
yeah.
16
plus 2d8.
And then I roll 2d8.
Yep. And if you did the version that heals, all dice are doubled on a crit. So the healing follows the same rule.
So that is...
Miss Star, how about you? Do you like that rule?
I like the same old. Yeah, I think it gives us more of a variety of like our chances and stuff. I think it makes it more. I think it makes it more fun rather than just cutthroat, you know?
A lot of people feel bad because, like, you roll a critical as a special moment where you just do something awesome, and then you rolled 2 ones. You did nothing.
The people that it really messes up are monks and paladins, unless they smite. Those are the people that feel the worst from, like, critically hitting.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 1 and 1 vote. Nick, what's your vote?
I like max damage and then plus normal. That's my vote.
And how about Lance?
It really doesn't make a difference to me. I wish I wouldn't last vote because I really don't care either way.
All right, Maya, what about you? Max damage plus roll, or just double the roll?
I'm kind of indifferent. I don't care. So, go with that new one you're discussing.
Oh, that's the one in the lead with the votes. So we'll test it, and if it starts to feel bad with everyone, we can reapproach the topic and possibly change it later. So yeah, we'll do max damage plus plus a regular roll.
So, for example, everybody, I did both rolls. I did max plus my normal, and then I did doubling my dice. Just so everybody is aware, when I did max roll plus my normal, I got 25. With rolling just double the amount of dice, I got 21. So the difference, at least in this instance, isn't astronomical.
Yeah, the averages are the same, but the minimum is better, is what's going on. Alright, 25 though. 25. That leaves it with not that much health. It's starting to look pretty goopy. Pretty goopy. Looks almost like it's sweating blood.
Radiant, by the way.
Alright. Yeah, it takes that damage. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Alright, that would make it Lyramar's turn. The enemy that he was near is down now, and he's about 30 feet away from the last one remaining.
He'll shoulder his shield, putting it on his back, and move forward with both hands on the longsword and take a swing.
Alright.
Oh, that was almost a fucking nat one. 19.
That hits.
10 points of slashing.
10 points of slashing. This thing looks about like the others did right before they keeled over. It's goop, no more words, just random nonsense at this point.
It's still alive?
It is still alive, though.
Action surge. That's a nat 20.
He goes down. He had 4 health left.
Dang, I don't get to use my ability. He takes 5 points of lightning damage with it this time, you bitch.
Yeah, I mean, describe how it happens because of the fact that you have the special weapon that no one's seen before. I want you to go ahead and describe this kill. Because this is a special moment in the campaign here.
So, again, Nirmar kind of stalks over. While he does so, he shoulders his shield. He lifts the sword up to one side and goes to slash, like, top right to bottom left across this thing. And as he does so, the entire sword just glows with electrical energy. Flashes into it. Oh my god. Oh, rolled so good on the damage on that, too.
I mean, you got the freebie, because it was versatile, it would be a D10, so 10 plus a D10, plus modifier, plus the slumbering bonus.
Yeah, plus
a 5. Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, this thing just kind of went up. You didn't even see mist really this time. It seemed to go away much faster because of the impact of the hit. But the fight is won. The enemies are gone. You're alone in this blistering hot desert-like cave. It looks all like rock, but it feels coarse and sand-like almost, even though there's no sand in here.
Where are we? What is this?
Pius tells you that the temperature is, and I gotta bring up a converter real quick because I do not know the conversion on this one.
104 degrees.
Oh no, that's not the temperature he's giving you, at least, because basically, yeah, you're right. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's not the temperature he gives you. He tells you it's 310.92 degrees.
Bias, I think your sensors might go.
I disagree. I believe my systems are functional, and that they are simply presenting me with information we don't know how to read at this time.
That's fair.
Fahrenheit, please!
Sweltering in here.
Yeah, most of you have experienced 100 degrees temperature. At least a decent portion of us dry in particular. You know this feel. You know it's breaking 3 digits Fahrenheit. For sure.
Does this new way present us with a way out of these caverns?
No, it does not. If you want to take a look at the map that I sent earlier, this is on the first map, Area 5 up in the top left.
That's where we're at?
Yep. So the river was down in the lower right, came up through 2, you guys slept in 4. Right now you're up in 5. Now up in 8, where you had saved Twilight the second time, you had seen a continuing path there. There doesn't seem to be anything in here, though. The fungus is grown like it is in most of the caves, still glowing green and such. And the rocks seem to almost be glowing slightly as well.
Guys, I'm so done with this cave.
In one tunnel, it's freezing to the point you're seeing ice form, and then another, it's sweltering hot. Which is why, for if anyone looked at the name of the episode, Icy Hot Tunnel.
Not sponsored by Icy Hot.
Not sponsored by Icy Hot, correct.
Wrath is looking around the room for anything that might... Obviously, this room is unnatural, but anything that kind of sticks out It's just kind
You can go ahead and roll a perception. The rest of you do notice that Wrath is taking a little bit of time to actually look through the room. Is Lyramar assisting you, Wrath?
Wait, am I back up?
No, I have advantage already for my goggles.
Nope, that's right, and that balances you out to a normal roll on the skill check.
Oh, okay, so the first one was
yeah.
14.
Skill checks are ability checks.
You are correct, I had forgotten. 14.
14, alright. You are not up quite yet, Captain Flowers. Everyone else, are you doing anything since you know you're going to be in this room for at least a little bit?
Detect magic.
He's just
Detect
there on the
magic.
floor cooking.
Yeah, Captain Flowers is on the ground cooking.
Oh, bacon.
Bacon.
I'm gonna poke Captain Flowers with my staff and be like, "Hey, hey,
He is just not waking
get
up.
up!"
Like a Godzilla's just going,
How about Tempest? Are you doing anything in this place that strangely reminds you of somewhere that you hate?
Not particularly. Not particularly.
All right, and that leaves us Nick. Pius isn't really doing much. He's just standing there.
I'm trying to figure out how, other than getting, like, Captain Flowers awake, I'm trying to figure out the math on Pius's calculations of the temperature.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check, since that's basically this world's math bracket. Then we will... hold on. I forgot. Twilight, what are you doing? I forgot.
Detect magic.
Detect magic, that's right. We're going over to Wrath first on this. Wrath, you got a 14 perception. So Wrath, with that 14 perception, at first it almost looks like a magical glow coming off of the moss. But you can tell, well, looking around, it's a bioluminescence. And nothing really stands out in the cave. This particular cavern, it's rock, it's cave floor, it's moss. Kind of makes sense with the river nearby and all that. The thing that makes the least sense is the temperature difference, and you're pretty sure it has nothing to do with this particular part of the cavern, at least. So, but you don't really manage to gather too much. The crystals do look kind of familiar, like the rocks that are glowing slightly. It looks kind of familiar.
Okay. Can I gather up a small amount of the bioluminescent moss?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a survival check, and we will move on to Nick real quick on that Arcana check.
22.
22. Your real world knowledge about Kelvin, you can tell that he's literally giving Kelvin, but it probably doesn't exist in this point in time. And thanks to that little help of magic and time and such, because it doesn't exist, his sensors might be blocking out some information for the sake of keeping time-space correct. That way, this measurement doesn't come into existence too early. But yeah, he's probably giving you Kelvin.
Hell yeah.
I'm very familiar with Kelvin.
You actually know how to translate Fahrenheit to Kelvin?
Uh-huh.
Alright, we will go over to what Detect Magic is giving you, though. You detect magic, and oh boy, there's more than 30 feet to the edge of any room. Like, you're in the middle, and you do it, and it doesn't reach the edges of the room. But every rock structure that's not the floor or ceiling itself, like the stalactites, stalagmites, and boulders hanging around, every single one of them is putting off magic. The moss is not, but the rocks are.
I'm gonna break a rock.
how are you gonna break the rock?
Well, I still got my sickle that's heat metal, and I'm just gonna go wham!
It's not bad. Use that bonus action, go to hit it, roll to hit just to make sure that you make meaningful contact. But Nick, do you have any follow-up to realizing it's Kelvin?
Yes, it's shaking my head.
So to make the
Like, of course it's Kelvin. That it makes sense.
What'd you get on that attack? Actually, over to Wrath, what'd you get on that survival?
16.
Okay. You can collect up to 8 pounds of the moss if you so choose.
Yeah, fuck it.
What about the attack roll, Twilight?
I don't know. Is it 1d20?
Yeah, 1d20 plus strength mod plus proficiency. I don't remember your full bonus off the top of my head right now. Like, the total, I should say. I know the additives, the different parts. It's 1d20 plus 10.
5.
Well, 5 is your strength mod. 2 for modifier makes 7. The moon sickle you're using is +3, so that's another +3. So you have a total +10.
Okay.
God, I want that banana bread. I keep going to the Highroad talk instead of dice rolls because I want the banana bread. 27 to hit. That's a hit. Now you can go ahead and roll the damage on it, which is 1d4 plus 8.
Nine.
9. You smack it. I mean, you smack it not as hard as you think. Like, you hit it square on, but you kind of, like, pulled a little early. Almost like your mind was just like, but what if we break the sickle? Forgetting its magic and kind of protected against doing that. And you still get a pretty good ting on it, and you crack a bit of the shell. And you can see under it, and this rock looks inside. It looks the same as when you broke that boulder open previously. And of course, all of the rest of you just saw her decide she's gonna swing on this and smack it.
I just start throwing all the rocks I can in my bag of holding.
Most of them are pretty darn big. They're like 150, 200 pounds each. You'll be able to take like 1 in your bag of holding. Just because they are that big. Well, maybe 2. But how about everyone else having, when is her decide she's just going to attack this rock?
Did I attack the rock from awake?
You just woke up about this time. Like, you're waking up as you hear ting! But you didn't actually see what happened.
Ah. Where do I smell bacon? What happened? Where am I?
You're in the cave with us. The penguin dropped us in here, remember?
Them dastardly penguins, they do it!
Are you okay? You inhaled a lot of that.
Don't like barbecue, I had to try.
By the way, Captain Flowers, everyone else, you know, has like 7 rounds, so 36, 42. It was less than a minute he was unconscious. Captain Flowers, you just spent the last 6 months there. So it is a little disorienting being here now. The temperature's about the same, though.
I guess crack. Ah, but it feels good. But I smell barbecue. I have an I do. I did. I have an overpowering urge to eat a rock.
Maybe you should just lick yours and call it good at that.
That is true.
So you're licking it?
No, I'm not gonna lick it. Hey, once you lick one, it's always great times.
I will remind you of your own words. That's fine. It's not like you're mandated to do anything. Yeah, so Twilight has begun trying to pick up this big-ass rock and put it in her bag of holding. As well. She is starting to move just one of the I can't remember if stalactites are on the ceiling or the floor.
T is the ceiling.
Tights are the ceiling, mites are the floor.
Okay, stalagmites. Trying to put one of the stalagmites in the bag of holding. Attacked it and is now trying to take it with.
Why?
Are you ignoring them, Twilight?
Oh, what'd they say?
Why?
That's what I thought, I just wasn't sure.
Why?
Because, hello, they're valuable, that's why.
And at what point in time were you planning on selling? Oh, whatever. Let's carry on.
I don't think it's valuable. They lick them. They're not that valuable.
I saw what's inside these things. I know.
Oh yeah? And what'd you see?
You would remember the name. It's called tetracite.
Tetracite.
And you think it's valuable?
Reminder, that's that magic enchantment material that Wrath was gathering.
Oh. Possibly.
Possibly?
Possibly.
You know it's valuable.
She has a...
Well, we can't let her know that. Try to get more.
I already know that.
She has a point, but my gem's better.
So yeah, what's everyone else's thought on trying to deal with this, apparently a vein of tetracite?
Is it real?
It looks real to me.
You only got a slight glimpse of it through the crack you made, but it does look like it.
I can try and do the same thing I did.
I'm gonna smack it again.
Wrath moves away from wherever he's about to cast that.
Twilight, do you mention that all of them around you, all the stalactites and all the stalagmites, appear to have it in them? Not just this one?
Do I mention that?
Yeah, I'm asking if you do.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you can still burst it open for sure, Nick. I just wanted to make sure that you were on the same page, that you know that it's like a whole bunch of them in here as well.
No, I didn't know that, but we're about to have a good time. Everybody out of the room.
Yep.
Everybody out of the room, because we're about to make a real clusterfuck, yeah.
It's about to be a real ruckus.
Alright, what are you doing exactly? And is everyone going to leave the room when Nick advises you for your safety to do so?
Yes.
Sir, everyone get the out.
Yes. I'm taking the little rock that I have with me, though.
Yeah, it's not a little rock. It's going to take a lot of effort to do that.
Just get that out. Just do it.
For some reason, Captain Flowers is self-censoring now.
Just get that out. Let's go.
Do you hear ducks?
Alright, We're gonna start with a classic shatter.
All right. Are you gonna? How are you trying to place it?
I'm gonna centralize it to where, if every stalactite has it, I'm gonna try and centralize it to where I hit as many stalactites as possible with a single shatter.
Go ahead and roll 1d10 plus 10.
1d10 plus 10. Alright. 7. So 17.
17? Alright. The best one you can look at to line up is about 17 of them. About is
All right.
17 of them. You're good at counting, unlike me. I can only count to 4.
Alright, so that's one cast of shatter.
How much damage on it?
Ooh, you want to roll damage?
Oh yeah, 9 damage barely cracked the one Twilight was hitting.
10 damage.
All of them cracked slightly, but that's about it.
Alright, do it
You
again.
can see the glow of the actual tetracite, though.
I will burn another spell slot and do it again.
Alright, roll the damage.
15 damage this time.
15 damage, that's even better. Oh, it would probably help if I looked up the correct thing instead of typing in Define Shatter. That's not going to help me get what I'm looking for. I know the definition of the word.
Just get your together.
Here you go. I have a message.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was like, hold on, is this one of the spells that does disadvantage on the save or one that doubles the damage? It disadvantage on the save, so yeah. Okay. That though, that does it. You see like most of the impact's gone through and it's cracked. You see a lot of the exterior rock break away, and you can see the rich veins of tetracite now standing. And that last little bit of the wave as it's going through finishes just blasting it apart. Pieces of tetracite kind of scattering across the room. Away from you, though, and none of them really, because the distance takes the wall and back, is enough that you don't get slammed with any.
Well, that's nice.
Nick, are you okay? Wrath is peeking down the hole.
All of you heard that kind of a sonic boom. Oh, you know what, though? I forgot to make you all roll Constitution saves as you went from 100 degrees Fahrenheit to negative 40. You guys are rolling for system shock in the temperature changes.
I think I'm immune to cold damage.
No, you're not. Also, temperature and damage types are not the same thing. We had, there are some races that do get bonuses, though, to it.
I thought I did.
Nope. You don't. There's a spell you can pick up that does something similar. You might have boots that give you the drastic temperature bonus, I guess, but I don't think so. Because that would have been something you would have had attuned. It's not on the character sheet now. Oops. I don't think you ever did, because this isn't the first time we've had that discussion either.
Right.
And last time it was the same thing. No, you don't.
Okay. Is it a Constitution save?
Yes, Constitution save. Tempest, you need one. Captain Flowers, you're good. You pass. How about Wrath?
19 for Wrath, 18 for Lyramar.
Both good. I should have been rolling Pious during that time. Pious is good after bonuses. Twilight is good after bonuses. Tempest got a nat 20. Definitely good. Captain Flowers, you're good. Nick did not leave the room. Pious did and passed. And the lowest roll goes to Captain Flowers, who just barely passed. Yeah, so everyone, you're good, too. As you left the room and you turned around and just... and then it erupted and just... The echoing ring kind of hurt a little bit, but not enough to require a save or damage. Or deafened. Nothing like that thunderclap from your staff.
Nick, are you okay?
I'm fine. Should I,
You definitely recognize this as Tetrasite now.
Yeah, after clearing out what I have, do I see any more in the ceiling?
So they're all over the ground and the ceiling in this place.
Even after? Like, even after me?
Hold on, how big is Shatter again? It's 10 foot, right? Yeah.
10 foot, yeah.
I was making sure. Oh yeah, no, this room is like...
a whole vein?
Yeah, not only is it I mean, you would assume that if Twilight just from moving was like every one of these is triggering, they all have it, and the room itself is a solid 110 feet long, about 40 feet wide on average, and these stalactites and stalagmites, like a lot of caves, just kind of line it. Like, it's easy enough to maneuver around, but if they got any greater in number, it would have been difficult terrain. And you
so we could be here all day.
Yeah, there's still like another 38 by your estimation. You happen to find the spot that was grouped up. And you notice as you blast those away, you all start to hear drip, 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 and that dripping water noises come back. And Nick, you can see where it's coming from, too. As the spot that it's dropping from seems to be a crack that's starting to spread. Not rapidly or anything, very slowly, more naturally than anything.
Okay. Well, that means it's close to the surface, at least. Okay, I'll step back out of the room. And rejoin the group. Well, I got a big chunk of it. There is a lot in here.
You should at least get all of us some.
I'm not gonna acknowledge that yet. Other more pressing things. Anyway, I hit the largest chunk I could twice. I managed to get as much as I could, but I feel I have compromised the integrity of this space. I could do it. I could do it again.
Probably wouldn't. You just said you compromise the integrity. What if the whole thing collapses?
That would also give us a way out.
Are we sure about that?
Do you have another way out?
Oh, there's the last place that we rescued Twilight from. Had a doorway that we haven't been through yet.
But if I collapse the ceiling in this space...
then there could just be more rock if...
I mean, that's fair, but it could also be a way out.
Or it could be running water.
It's definitely running water.
So, possibly river.
I'm not sure the river's the... You know it's freezing out here, right?
Yeah, well, yes, but we've kind of gone from weird places to weird places, so I'm not kind of crossing it off. It'd possibly be like an underground river.
Nick, go ahead and roll that Constitution save for having changed the temperatures. Nothing. The effects aren't debilitating, so it wouldn't change anything.
I personally think that...
What was it, Nick?
17.
You're good. Continue.
That maybe collapsing the tunnel that we're all in should be a plan B. let's go check this other area out and see if maybe there's a pathway out.
What if both?
Nick, Twilight, both of you remember that the alleged not a bandit mentioned that they've been trying to find their way out. They didn't know how to get out, and that's why they've been going up and down this place to start. So you're not sure how difficult it is, or if these guys are just that incompetent.
Okay. Guys, there was a bandit that actually has been trying to find his way out too, so there's that something in perspective, because
Wrath takes a peek inside of the room. Is there still just tons of shattered tetracite on the ground?
Oh yeah, it's kind of scattered all over to the left side, towards the south side of the room, the bottom of it.
So, judging by what he already has, the amount that he already has, how much would you say?
So you had 150. You got 148 plus some more. What's the total?
100. I have 188 gold worth.
188. Because I have a visualization in my head of the size of what you got out of that. Let me calculator to verify I'm giving you good numbers.
Okay.
You said, repeat the number for me though, real quick.
188.
You're pretty sure that if what you have is worth about 200, what's in there is worth close to 10k.
Yeah, Wrath goes in and he just starts scooping as much as he can into the bag of holding.
so do I.
Is everyone gonna help collectively gather this, or are you gonna choose not to cross that threshold again? It's freezing out here, and it's sweltering out there.
Nope, too many bad things have happened to me. I don't trust it.
Alright, Twilight's gonna wait out here. What about Nick?
I'm gonna go back in.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother helping collect the tetracite.
Alright.
But I am gonna step into the space, so that way I am prepared for anything. That's it. Prepared for anything.
Just... what about Captain Flowers? You know, they're collecting some magic rocks in there.
They're not that lickable. I'll just be right next to Nick.
Tempest staying out. Captain Flowers is staying out. Pius is gonna stay out because he thinks that the temperature changes definitely are not helping his servos and gears. Everyone's stepping in the room though, so Twilight, Wrath, and Nick, the three of you need to go ahead and roll Constitution saves again. And Captain Flowers, this is when you realize Mecha Gojira has been standing there at the entrance this whole time, waiting for you to tell it what to do. It kind of like forgot how to function on its own.
Hey, it's okay there. I pat its little snout.
Alright, did you want it to go in with you? At this point, it knows it's dangerous, so... Twilight's 18 is good.
Just stay here with me. We'll be fine. Just be on the lookout for something.
Alright. How about Nick? What'd you get?
22.
22. Alright, you're good. And Wrath?
26.
You're good, too. You can tell the transition, though, was much harsher this time around. Like, the rapid succession is really starting to wear on your body. Just hot, cold, hot. Not very great for it. represented by the DC went up by 2. Yeah, but you're all in the room. Twilight and Wrath, the two of you are gathering. I want you to roll investigation checks to kind of determine how long it takes. Actually, one of you will roll investigation with advantage.
I will help them.
I have a really good investigation, I think.
It wouldn't even matter. It'd be better than mine.
The fact is that Wrath would have a normal roll because of disadvantage meets advantage. You're already better because you have advantage. So yeah, roll twice, take the higher. Your investigation is only a +3, but being able to roll twice is helpful. Yeah, it's only a +3 there, Twilight. Investigation is not your thing. Survival is your thing. Nick,
That's
what are you
right.
doing again? Just being prepared for if anything happens?
Yeah, if the cave collapses, if some other shenanigans show up, I'm just... Essentially, I am standing with either a globe of invulnerability or wall of force at the ready.
All right. And that's when you notice what appears to be Sherlock Holmes and Watson beginning to walk across the room. No. So with a 15 on that investigation, it'll take you guys about an hour and a half to actually collect it all. You're having some problems finding a lot of the smaller stuff. But if you are actually going to stay in there for that hour and a half, you need to roll some Constitution saves for heat stroke.
I got my jug, so I can just put... I have my magical jug. So
You
I
have
can
an
just,
alchemy
fill
jug.
it up
Let me
once.
go ahead and add that back to your list.
I already
Yes,
got that in my list.
You did add it back already? Or did I actually remember
Yeah, I
it?
just put the jug. I put magic jug.
Magic jug.
The magic jugs.
The magic jug.
Yeah, if you want to add that into my inventory like the correct way, go ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be a shame if it was filled with mayonnaise.
Rope of mending. Okay. You have if it reminds me of what exactly you had, it's a good start, so I'm okay with this. Magic H2O gun. That was an oceanic blowgun.
Thank you.
Your magic hybrid crossbow. I have to think on that. Oh, magic loading. That's right. It was magic loading crossbow. Takes no ammunition.
Are you fixing it for me or me?
Yeah, I'm actually remembering it as I'm saying it. Seeker dart times 10. Magic belt. I'm still not remembering, so that doesn't really count until we can remember. Your vials. I'll think over that. You got health jug in there, but you didn't actually write the alchemy jug. I will write the alchemy jug. Her being able to provide water gives you advantage, though, on this Constitution save. Because drinking water is not enough to stop heat exhaustion completely. It just isn't.
I could do frostbite.
That only goes so far, too. So what do we get, then? Wrath? Because I'm not actively looking at your stream there.
Natural 20 for 27.
Nice. You're good. How about Nick?
17.
You're good? And then Twilight, you're the last one that needs to roll. Advantage, Constitution save.
Are we all rolling with advantage or just her?
Everyone. You're all having water passed out to you actively. Like 20 gallons of water for an hour and a half between 3 people. You're keeping at least kind of cool and hydrated, so...
23 for me instead, then.
Even better. 22 for Twilight was a better roll. So yeah, you're all good. You are still feeling a little parched. You can feel the heat in your head. You're pretty sure that you've gotten all of the little bits and pieces out from here. And collectively, between the two of you, Wrath, go ahead and put it in your inventory, because it'd probably be best for a material like this to just be held by one person anyways. You guys can choose to divvy it out, use it however you want. 9,588 gold worth of tetracite.
Roger that.
I think that belongs to all of us who actually went in and did it. And dug for it.
I agree.
Because we did the work.
I agree. But I'll just hold it collectively. If you want any part of that, then just say the word and you shall have it.
What part of it?
Okay, how much of it?
She just wants her
Hey,
y'all, I guess.
Y'all can divvy that out here in a minute. Everybody step back out of the room.
On the other side, all of you standing outside, we need some Constitution saves out there, as well. Because you have been standing in neg 40 degrees for an hour and a half.
Oh.
I can warm up Pius though, since he's made of metal.
That's not going to change the time he was standing there by himself, though.
Okay. I just want to heat the little fucker up. I guess that's all. That's why I got heat metal, is just to heat him up. Use him as a weapon.
I really want you to say that to Pius to his face when he gets back. I really wanted to heat that little fucker up. That's
I
do.
We just need to remember, we have to tell Deuce that he has to watch this episode specifically for 3 hours, 41 minutes, and like 50 seconds in, because we say something about him, or just the minutes will be good. 3 hours, 41 minutes. But we got Tempest, Captain Flowers. We need you and Gojira, Mecha Gojira. Liramar stayed outside, so we need a roll for him as well.
Captain better put up a bonfire.
Wait, do I need a roll?
No, you weren't outside. You already rolled your harsh environment roll.
I didn't know if we were in or out, so...
The enemies are supposed to be annoying. The environment is supposed to mess with you guys. That's the point of this dungeon.
Right.
Okay. 26 and 13.
26 and 13. Tempest and Mecha Gojira. Hold on. Lance, what was Laramar's roll?
I'm sorry.
Constitution.
Con save?
Yeah.
13.
Okay. Where did the pseudo dragon go?
He's with Laugh.
Okay, he can handle higher temperatures naturally based on his anatomy, so he won't roll on that. The Hermit, why am I even rolling? His minimum is high enough to pass. Not that he's doing much, you're just like watching the Hermit completely unfazed by the cold, by the way. He's just been sitting there, slowly icing over. Doesn't seem to bother him at all. He doesn't care.
After a few minutes, Laramar would look over at Captain Flowers. Did I see right? Can you create just a magical bonfire to maybe warm us up a bit while they're in there?
Hey, I can do that.
Alright. Liramar, Tempest, Captain Flowers, roll again. You have advantage on the save.
Much better. $21 for Liramar.
Awesome.
$21.
That's 17.
Alright, Tempest. We got a double roll in there. No, you guys are only rolling a second time. The second time is the advantage. No third roll. So 13 for Tempest, 17 for Captain Flowers. Lyrimar, it was like 19 or something, but Lyrimar passed this time. Captain Flowers and Tempest, though, the cold is starting to bite into your fingers all the same. Your dexterity until you get out of this cold and warm up is -2.
By the heart of the Shire, and the dwarf's
Now
Shire.
using your
Speak
hands.
now.
Let me add the addendum. Even with the magical heat, it's just not quite enough for the piercing cold. So, Captain Flowers, I'll note that on my little bit here. And Tempest, -2. Dex using hands until warmed up. The heat was enough to keep you from suffering any severe consequences, though. Your Mecha Gojira roll... Actually, Mecha Gojira needs to roll again, too. Just one more. Still fails. Still fails. But by the end of that hour and a half, as everyone's coming back out, you will see the Hermit and Mecha Gojira are just kind of like iced over. But the Hermit's still like moving around, like looks to you guys, lifts his arm up as the ice starts to crack, and waves at you as you walk back into the cold space.
I'm gonna use my jug and give him some hot cocoa.
You already used on water. Your jug's done for the day.
Oh.
Captain Flowers still has his.
That's true. Captain Flowers, do you want to share some hot cocoa with everybody?
Do I look like I want to share hot cocoa with everybody?
And I could actually get my treat for the day in Tempest's bag if she's okay with that.
Yeah, Tempest. You have the option to say you're okay with that when Twilight asks.
I don't care.
All right.
Thank you.
You're pulling out some hot chocolate then, Twilight, for yourself?
Of course. Of course.
Very relaxing. Very nice.
Much nice. Very well.
So sorry we took so long. Should we go and get warmed up in the house of cards?
Why didn't you do that in the very beginning so they're not freezing out here and I wouldn't have to use the treat of hot cocoa? Damn you.
Honestly, because I didn't think about it. Why didn't you remind me?
Remember, Twilight, this is supposed to be your opportunity to be less aggressive to the party.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, you just defaulted back to...
I should have reminded you.
Yeah, you just defaulted back to what you said didn't feel good. That's the only reason I'm stopping to point that out. I want you to play a character that feels good for you.
Is the room clear now? Has everybody stepped out?
Yeah, everyone is out of the hot room.
I'm gonna spend my last level 2 spell slot to cast Shatter again. I'm actually gonna try and upcast it though, so I'm gonna burn the level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
But I want to try and upcast it to a 5th level.
Ooh, so 2nd level plus another 2nd level spell slot for 4 levels, and then you have 1 1st level left then?
I've got, so if I burn, yeah, I'll burn the other I've got 4 level 1s. I've only used 1 level 1 spell slot, but I'll burn 2 more to upcast it.
Okay. Yeah.
To try and
I'm trying to make sure, because the problem starts to occur when you don't have enough spell slots to cover the spell levels.
Yep.
So if you have it, you can go ahead and roll an Arcana check, and that'll determine your success or failure.
I said 12 plus 8, 20.
20. You're good. You're good. What exactly are you trying to achieve with this?
I want to So I'm gonna upcast Shatter to just wreck the what's left of this roofing in this space. I want to try and make the tunnel. I'm gonna focus it as much as I can to make the tunnel collapse as much as I can in this room.
Basically,
that everybody
cut
is
off
now
that
out
room
of.
from everything else.
Or make it to where it's now an exit. Like it's either collapse it to where nothing else can come in here.
Okay, so you're casting the spell like at the backside of the room where shit's all fucked up and already been hit.
And where the water is starting to drip through to try and make it
cool. Okay, go ahead and roll the damage. Now that I understand what you're trying to do, or I believe I do.
So roll at a 5th level. I succeeded.
Yep, roll at a 5th level.
Wow, that was really low damage. That just fucking sucks. I only did 18. 18 damage. It sucks for a 5th level shatter, by the way, guys.
That does
real
kind
bad.
So, yeah, not much of the room really seems to go at first. It takes a moment, but you can hear the cracking through it, and after a few seconds, you notice the crack space is getting bigger and bigger, and finally it just bursts through and water floods into the room. It's not a terrible amount. As it finishes pouring in after only maybe 20 seconds or so, but it's also been causing it to finish blowing open, and now there's like a 20-foot radius circle in the ceiling, but now standing there, what fell through with the water is a problem you guys can deal with next week. Let me just open it up so I can tell you what it is. It is another 2 flail snails and 3 gelatinous cubes.
We blame Nick. We sacrificed him to this.
There was such a good idea with don't blow it open. Yeah, the room above it was supposed to have a bunch of monsters in it. And a pond, essentially, which was leaking through the bottom. So yeah, next time you'll get to come back to the 2 flail snails and 3 gelatinous cubes that have just suddenly found themselves in this very hot room. Debris are scattered around them and everything. We'll start next session by determining like what kind of damage and everything they took, because they did drop a bit in that on top of everything else with them. So.
I so like lock them in there and let them fry.
I like to think.
Not chocolate anyone.
I like to think that the episode ends with Nick looking over his shoulder and being like, my bad.
Nick looks at the camera through the 4th wall. My bad.
Yeah. My bad, guys.
My bad, guys. Yeah, so, Chocobos Moogles, thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next week. I will be changing the name of the episode to Icy Hot Tunnel Part 1, as we will be continuing the journey down here in Icy Hot Tunnel Part 2. And, yeah. Where's the button?
I love you.
Find it! Bigwood, no! Yeah.